Qualities are the necessary ingredients for a successful business. Timmons Construction is proud to sponsor this sports broadcast.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and four walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC.
Perspective Insurance. Better together. Whatever your insurance needs, call Perspective Insurance in Lamar's today at 546-7821 and make sure you are properly covered. Perspective Insurance in Lamar's, a new way to view insurance.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated.
It's now time for high school football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, KLEM.
Diesel drops back to throw, has some time, throws deep over the right seam, two receivers there, and Bo Wadley ends up hauling it in and falling into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown.
High school football.
She gives it to Isaiah Favors, and that play gets brought down for a loss. It's Alex Allen on the stop. Great play in the backfield.
With all the action, here's KLEM Sports Director Daniel Versteeg.
And a very pleasant good Friday evening to you, football fans. We welcome you to Dale Norton Field in Spencer. It's the start of district play in Class 4A District 1, and it's starting an hour earlier than we anticipated. The Lamar's football team comes into tonight's contest with a 3-1 record with a tough opening contest of the district schedule against the Spencer Tigers, who are 0-4 with 3 of those 4 losses coming to ranked teams. Once again, good evening, everyone. Daniel Versteeg with you alongside Gabe Davis, bringing you the action of this Week 5 contest and this district opener right here on 1410 AM and 96.9 FM. It's KLEM Lamar's. We are online audio streaming at KLEM1410.com. You can also find a video stream of this contest live on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Again, the Spencer Tigers are 0-4 coming into tonight's homecoming contest. It is homecoming tonight for the Tigers. Losses to Sioux Center, Spirit Lake, Webster City, and Humboldt on the schedule. Lamar's comes into tonight's contest receiving votes in the Class 4A Associated Press rankings, just a couple of spots out of the top 10. They are 3-1 on the year, coming off a tough loss to MOC Floyd Valley. And Gabe, I guess that's kind of where we can start. The tough loss to MOC Floyd Valley. I mean, there is no tougher way to lose a football game than the way the Bulldogs did. Just were not able to stay on the field offensively, and then conversely, just couldn't get off the field on defense.
Yeah, it was really death by 1,000 cuts.
Right.
You know, it just never really got any type of momentum. When Jude did get into the end zone in the second half, you could kind of feel a little bit, but even the fans as we were there just was never real momentum for the Bulldogs. They took the ball after that and kind of chunked it down the field a little bit and ended up salting it away before we could make it too close.
Yeah. So a tough loss, but the nice thing is Coach Vigdahl, we're going to hear from him in our pregame coverage, of course, as we do each and every time we bring you a Bulldog game. He said, we learned some lessons. I mean, that's the biggest thing. If you lose a ball game and you don't learn anything, you really didn't accomplish anything. If you lose and you learn something, that's the biggest thing. And a lot of that kind of comes down to some physicality. I mean, football's a physical game. You got to be able to play hard and play physical when you're out there.
Yeah, and tonight's going to be an example of that. You're going to see a Spencer team that's going to run option. They're going to get out and they're going to just try to pound the ball. That's what they've done for years and years. And
right.
yeah, they're 0-4. And if you think that that's all it's going to be is just them, will be 0-5 on their homecoming night, we're sorely mistaken. This is always a battle. So we're going to have to match the physicality up front. I really thought our O-line and D-line had a tough time last week. They did a decent job of not giving up big plays, but it was just, first down after first down, it felt like defensively. And then offensively, we just couldn't get any.
No.
So matching that physicality, getting after them, having some energy. It was just kind of a flat evening for being a senior night. For having all, it was a beautiful night, much nicer than it is tonight.
Right.
And there was just no energy. So hopefully tonight is a little bit different. We've got some energy. We've learned those lessons, and our men up front are ready to be physical and get after it.
Yeah, I hope so. And yeah, I guess we will address the elephant in the room. This contest is kicking off an hour early due to some forecasted thunderstorms in northwest Iowa here tonight. It's not the rain that we're worried about. We can play football in the rain, but the issue is the lightning. And, of course, that put the damper on a few games last week. Remsen St. Mary's, they had their game cut to just one half. Akron Westfield's game was cut to a half last week. So we don't want that here for district play, especially tonight. The Bulldogs want to play 4 full quarters. And against a Spencer team who – 2 years ago they came here so close to beating. The Tigers were one of the top teams in the district that year. Last year, Lamar's did beat Spencer. It was right after that loss to Denison Schleswig, and that really propelled them, Gabe, to make the playoff run that they did, pick up the last couple of wins they needed to be eligible via the RPI. And you can look at a game like this, no matter what the records are, it always gives you a boost of confidence if you can beat Spencer.
Oh, absolutely. This is a rivalry. I mean, I remember coming up here and playing basketball and football and across the street at baseball. We played the Spencer Tigers for years and years and years, and so it's always going to have that rivalry. But tonight's game is a lot like last year's. Lost that game down at Denison, and it was a lot like our loss last week. There was nothing really going. We missed some opportunities. It just didn't get going. And then we came up against a Spencer team that for what everybody thought it was just we were gonna lose and season was gonna be
out
over.
Of the playoffs. Yep.
And it didn't happen that way. We came out on fire, a lot of energy, caused some turnovers. They maybe gave us a little bit.
Sure.
We took advantage of it, and before you know it, they were just trying to get out of town and hoping they were going to continue in the playoff run, and we were really building momentum. So it's going to be a little bit different but old school, like you got to throw out the records.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
So cringe away. I know that's nobody wants to hear that.
Cliche machine, Gabe Davis.
Absolutely, I love doing that. But you really do have to throw out the records
right.
because Coach Teague's been here for how many years? 21st
21
season.
Yeah.
So he's been here for a long time. He's done a lot of different things here as far as being successful, but he hasn't changed what he's done. He's an option guy. He's going to do a lot of that. It might be a little bit altered because of their personnel, but for the most part, they're going to do the same thing. It's going to be some smash mouth football.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are going to need to play physical tonight to be able to handle with that option because that's the thing, too. It's physical at the line of scrimmage, Gabe, and then it's physical once things start spreading out a little bit. You need to be ready to go after your guy. He has the football or he doesn't. You've got an assignment. You've got a guy to go after. And you better be going after him to blow off the play.
Absolutely. And kind of the rule of thumb when you're playing an option team is the quarterback has to get hit.
Right.
And even if they give it on that first read to the fullback, the defensive end's probably still going to bump, maybe more aggressively sometimes than others, but if they get to the pitch, he's going to get hit. It just has to continue to happen. Everyone has to do their jobs when you play a team like this. If you come up too early, they're going to leak a tight end down the field. If you come up too late, they're going to have running lanes. I know that there's a little bit different action as far as what the defense has prepared for this week because you have to. You can't just run it like you normally would.
No.
So expect a little bit different formations out of our defense, and then our back guys, although it's going to be really tough up front, our back guys have to make sure they read what they're supposed to read and stay, so we don't give up a long pass just because we get lost in someone's eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it really tests your mental stamina, tests your focus, and it's going to be a great night for football. Again, it is damp. It's kind of overcast. It's kind of a dreary night. Again, we're starting this game an hour early. A lot of games moved up here in Northwest Iowa. In fact, we could be as early as Sergeant Bluff, Luton, Boynton Hall, Rock Valley. That game kicked off at 4 o'clock. Galen Catholic, Akron Westfield, they kicked off at 4:30. And a lot of games were kicking off just as we came on the air here at about 5:30. So we are still somewhat normal, so to speak, with a 6 o'clock kick, but it is earlier nonetheless. We're glad you're tuned in on our pregame coverage tonight. Lamar's community taking on the Spencer Tigers, whether you're listening or watching, thanks to our great sponsors, Pease Pizza House, Northwest Bank, Easy Clean Car Wash, and Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink. We're glad to have you, and when we come back, Ken Vigdahl, the head coach of the Lamar's community football team, will join us and give us his thoughts on this past week in practice, how the Bulldogs responded to the tough loss to MOC Floyd Valley, and what to expect here with the Spencer Tigers tonight. That's coming up here on our pregame coverage from Dale Norton Field in Spencer. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
You have big plans this fall, so use the equity in your home to free up some cash. Northwest Bank has 3 home equity loan options available. You get to choose from a fixed rate or variable rate loan. Get ready to remodel your home, buy a car, or take a vacation, whatever you want. These special loan rates are for a limited time. Apply online at nw.bank. Call 800-678-4105 for details. Northwest Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
At Old Glory Roofing, they believe in the principles of hard work, integrity, and commitment. Whether you need help with roof repairs or replacements, Old Glory Roofing will provide you with the best service out there. Call them today at 712-305-8839.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee and Lamar's.
South Greenview Estates is a peaceful living space located across from Willow Creek Golf Course in Lamar's. Check out their 55-plus apartments. For a private showing, call 548-7424. For more details, check out their Facebook page, South Greenview Estates in Lamar's.
This is Bo Wadley, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Welcome back to our Friday Night Football pregame show right here on 1410 AM and 96.9 FM. It's KLEM. It's the start of district play in Class 4A. The Lamar's community football team is in Spencer for a matchup with the Tigers, and we're chatting with the head football coach of the Bulldogs, Coach Ken Vigdahl. And, well, first of all, Lamar's coming off a tough 18-13 loss at home to MOC Floyd Valley last week. And, Coach, just not the outcome that anybody really expected from the game, and certainly not the outcome you guys wanted. Just what kind of things did you take from that game, and how do you think the guys have responded, this week in practice?
I think one of the things you got to think about when you lose a game, and maybe it's a game that you shouldn't have won, or maybe if it's a game you should have won, whatever. But once you lose a game, you just got to realize, okay, what are the lessons that we're going to learn out of this game? I mean, if you lose a game and don't learn any lessons, then that's an issue. Then you truly lost the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we took away some lessons on Friday that we needed to get better at and do better things, and our energy level and things like that needed to be up and stuff. And so we bounced back. I'll be honest with you. I think it stung for a couple of days, and Monday and Tuesday was even a kind of representing the way we practice. But, Wednesday was back to us. It's back to us. We have a high energy in practice. We laugh in practice. You know what I mean? All those things that we do are back. And I think we practice probably one of the more physical practices we've had all year. And then I told them, that was awesome to see. But the greatest thing I think we did was the more of the mental preparation of, I heard, players talk about this is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to do. This is what happens here. This is what happens there. You know what I mean? And I think that's when we learned a lesson. Maybe we prepared enough last week. Maybe we didn't prepare enough last week. Mm-hmm. So I know this week we're prepared and we're ready to go. And, there's no doubt it's time because it's district football and, every win is extremely important.
Yeah, it becomes magnified. And gosh, Coach, I love hearing about the players kind of really taking the bull by the horns, so to speak, in being able to kind of dissect the film with each other. Just how cool is that for you as a coach to know? I mean, you're going to be doing a lot of the introduction to it all, but then once you've kind of showed them what they need to look for, it's kind of them that leads the charge in dissecting the film, analyzing it, and then kind of figuring out what they need to do to be successful against it.
Well, in the springtime, we always talk about by the time the fall gets here, we all need to talk the same language, and it's really awesome to see that. We're talking the same language when it talks about offense and defense, but it's also talking about the same language of energy, resilientness, and, commitment, all those other things, too. So, it's just watching them grow, and it's always amazing every year. It never seems to amaze me how much young men grow from year to year. And, in 3 or 4 years, these, sophomores and freshmen will be, up at being a junior and a senior, and you'll just say, wow, how much have they grown over the last 2 or 3 years? But, I think, I look at these guys, 3 years ago, they were sophomores, and now they're seniors, and, you have a quarterback that knows, what he's doing, plus, 95% of what everybody else does. You got offensive linemen making calls. Evans started for, this will be his 3rd year. He knows what he's doing, and plus the people around him. And that's when we like to say you really get good is when everybody's on the same page, so they communicate, they talk, and they understand where the play wants to go. And so, it's just one of those things that you're just happy that they've taken charge. And it's one of those things we pass off. And every time you go to one of my parent meetings, it's like, you see 20 years ago when I first coached, the coaches were in charge, and now we've passed that on to the players.
Yeah, and it's really cool, like you said, the growth that is shown, and it's really awesome that it's already being shown in just 3 years of you and your staff being here. And now, like we talked about, district football is on the agenda for tonight, the Spencer Tigers. And, well, Coach, I think if someone would have told me before the season that Spencer would be 0-4 going into this matchup, I probably would have looked at them with 3 heads. Tell me about what you've seen from this Spencer squad, and obviously as well as anybody, especially after last week, that you can't overlook any team on your schedule. So you probably introduce this team and just say, hey, don't even look at that record.
Well, if they are, I know they're 0-4, but at the end of the day, if they are 0-4, they're the best 0-4 team in the state. Right. I will tell you that. I mean, I said that on Saturday. I still believe it. They're still physical up front. They still run their option. They still run, about the time you take the dive back, the quarterback pulls it, and then he pitches it, and then it's down the sideline for 6. So, we didn't even talk about them being 0-4. We talked about, hey, this is what you're going to see. This is how physical they play. When we go in motion, they're going to chase our motion to the edge. And then, like we like to run counters back the other way, they're going to put somebody right in there in that space. And so, with us, we never even introduced it to the kids, like you said, of being an 0-4 team. But, they are who they are, and they've been that way for the last 20 years. They've been a physical football team for as long as Coach Ty has been there, and they're going to be a physical football team. So that's our mindset going into the game, and we're not going to, change that. And then, the one thing about what they have done a little bit more this year is about the time you start creeping to the line of scrimmage, the safety is no longer at 8 or 9. He's now at 5, 6. Then they have opened up their passing game, I would say, a little bit more for them. But, for us, open up a passing game is going from 15 throws to 20 from them. For them, that's going from 5 to 10. So, but those 10 shots are, could be points. So, we're like, you guys still be aware that they can still pass the ball.
Ken Vigdahl's with us, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football, with a matchup against Spencer coming up tonight. You're listening to the game right here on KLEM. Coach, talk about the offense a little bit. You mentioned the option, and then you mentioned they don't pass it a ton, but they can if need be. First of all, what kind of things are key to slowing down an option offense, to making sure that you don't bite too hard when you don't need to be biting on a certain player or a certain aspect of the play?
I know this seems extremely simple, but it's extremely hard when you play offenses like this, and that is just do your job.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you can say, well, what does that really mean? Well, we have 2 to 3 guys taking care of the dive back. If a fourth guy decides that he needs to care of the dive back, you know what's going to happen as well as I do. They're going to pull the ball, and then that guy's not in his position. And so then somebody covers for him, and then what ends up happening is just what I said a few minutes ago. He's going to pitch the ball, and then he's going to go down the sideline. So, the guys who are responsible for dive this week in practice, you have to be responsible for the dive in the game. If your responsibility is the quarterback, you can't go to dive. You can't go to pitch. You have to go to quarterback. And then the guys who cover the pitch guy, obviously have to cover the pitch guy. So, at any given point in time when you make a decision to not do your job, that leaves everybody else in a precarious situation of, what do I do now? Do I take the quarterback? He's not my job. Do I take the pitch back? So we just practiced all week, and we even practiced, you think of this as silly, but we did this a few years ago against Webster City, practice without a ball. So then everybody has their own job to do. The dive backs are taken by the linebackers in the D-line. Pitch back is taken by the outside linebackers and the corners.
Yeah, and it's actually a good idea, to kind of focus on that without a ball, because as soon as you throw the ball in there and you're just looking for the ball, you're gonna have your head spinning in the backfield. So gonna be a really fun game plan. I think I'm looking forward to how you guys go up against that option style offense. Tell me about the defense, Coach, and especially considering the difficult offensive performance you had last week against the Dutch. What are going to be some of the things that you guys have been working on, and what do you need to do tonight to make sure you have the success you need offensively, and more importantly, I think, like you said on Saturday, sustain a drive, stay on the field, and actually make some progress down the field?
We anticipate them running their 4-4. They've shown a 3 front a couple times, but that didn't go well for them. I don't know if they're really built to run a 3 front. With a 3 front, you have to have guys who can come off the D-tackle spot, edge, quick, fast. And I think they're more powerful type of offensive and defensive linemen. So I think they'll stay in their 4 front. But one thing we've noticed, to take away any of motion of our RPOs, they love to outflank number 2 right away, so you can't block him. So, they're going to take that game away. But when you do that, you also eliminate one more guy from the box for them. So then we got a +1 in the alley that we want to run to. So we've noticed that from watching film from a year ago. The other thing we've noticed that is when any type of motion, like I said a little while ago, they're going to squeeze that down, because there's no doubt we like motion, then counter back the other way. They're going to squeeze that down. So this week we've decided, to probably limit the amount of motion that we're going to run and things like that, just to keep the numbers on where we want them to be. And so, I think their 2 defensive ends are very outside conscious. Last week, they would knife down passes and things like that. These guys won't do that. They're gonna stay in their 4-4. Their defensive ends, they're outside contained. Even if their outside linebackers have outside contained, they will come around the outside too, really, which leaves a hole open, or over the tackles. So, we've just seen some things like that. They're going to be in their cover 3, free safety. He doesn't want to move off his mark. He's not going to go with motion side to side. So, that's another thing you have to look at. So, it's really the defense they're playing is just like their offense. They put it in 20 years ago. That's what they know. That's what they do, and that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, and they have been successful with it in years past, and we hope they can stave off their success for another week after they fall to you guys here this week. Hopefully that's the case. Coach, we always appreciate your time. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you at the field.
Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Absolutely. That's Ken Vigdahl. He's the head coach of Lamar's Community Football. We're back with more of our pregame coverage from Spencer after this here on KLEM.
The Lamar's Agri Center, your local source for Scott's Lawn products, top-performing Kent feed products, a full line of agronomic inputs, bulk grass seed, bird feeders, bulk bird feed, and outstanding service. The Lamar's Agri Center, your source for everything that grows. Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Plymouth Awards and Engraving is a proud sponsor of local athletics. For all of your custom awards and engraving needs, visit Plymouth Awards and Engraving at 130 4th Avenue Northeast in Lamar's. You are sure to find that perfect gift for anyone at Plymouth Awards and Engraving.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
It's the corner for fashion. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's. For men's, young men's, and ladies' clothing, a shoe department, and formal wear too. In-store alterations, gift cards, and personal service. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's in Akron.
This is Tegan Kazel, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, the pregame fanfare has wrapped up here at Dale Norton Field. We're ready to get things underway for Week 1 of the district football schedule, Week 5 overall here in the high school football season. Lamar's Community on the road for a matchup with the Spencer Tigers. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you, bringing you the action here on 1410 AM and 96.9 FM. It's KLEM Lamar's. We're also online audio streaming at KLEM1410.com, video streaming on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. You can find a link to that on our website as well, KLEM1410.com. Spencer's 0-4. Lamar's is 3-1. But like we talked about in the pregame, like Coach Vigdahl talked about, he says Spencer's probably the best 0-4 team in the state right now. You got to throw records out the window, and especially with a district game that takes some extra meaning, Gabe. I mean, you kind of have to view this as maybe Week 1. This is a clean slate because in reality, for playoff purposes, it is a clean slate.
Yeah, they can go 5-4, win the district, and they're in the playoffs.
Right.
And that's really what everyone's aiming to do in this class right now. So win that when you get an opportunity, you have to come out and seize that opportunity. There might be games down the road that are a little bit more comfortable going into a Friday night. This is not going to be one of them until the scoreboard reads zeros, because you're going to have to get after it tonight. Looks like we got some bodies back, which we didn't have last week, which will help out a little bit. So, yeah, you're going to have to take these guys serious. The record really doesn't mean a whole lot.
No. And you mentioned Lamar's has bodies back. Spencer also has bodies back. Their top running back who missed the last couple of weeks, he's back. That's Adrian Carrillo. We're going to have to deal with him in the backfield, of course, with that option offense Coach Vigdahl went into to talk about things on our pregame show. Looks like Spencer has won the toss, and they will want the football. They're going to receive the football to start things off here tonight. So we're going to see that Spencer offense and the option-style offense, Gabe. If it's an offense that Coach Jim Ty has run here for 21 years, he's been here for 21 years, this is the way Spencer's going to move the football, and the Bulldogs just kind of have to be ready for it.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise that they chose to receive either. They've always been really good in the special teams. They get good kick returns. They're quality. That you can tell that they spend time in practice. And for a team that doesn't have any wins to show on the season, looking to get some momentum early is a big thing. As far as the offense goes, we're going to have to make sure we keep our feet. The field's going to be wet. It did rain up here all day. It's not turf. It is going to be a grass field, one of the few that we'll probably play on all year. So we're going to have to make sure that we break down and do our stuff. They're also going to have to cut on it. It's not going to, be an advantage for them over us or anything like that. But there's going to have to be a lot of gamesmanship out here when it comes to that offense.
I guess the only advantage you could maybe suggest for Spencer is that they've played on this field a bunch. They practice on this field. They get to see it week in and week out, so they might know dead spots. But again, that's really the only advantage you can get. But I think this week, the Boyden Hall Rock Valley game, that's probably the only grass fields you got this year. No, Storm Lake, I guess.
Storm Lake will be, and that'll be end of the year. So once they play a bunch of games on it, who knows what kind of shape that'll be in. But right now, it's the field here in Spencer that's going to be the most important.
Absolutely. Giovanni Cabango has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. We've got 12 minutes on the first quarter clock, and we are ready to kick off this district football game. Class 4A District 1 play is ready to get underway here in Spencer. Cabango's kicking from right to left, and he sends it high into the night sky. It's an end-over-end kick toward the end zone. It's fielded 4 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback by Dylan Timmer. And now it'll be Spencer football starting at their own 20-yard line.
That's one way to alleviate any type of special teams advantage that they might think they have. If you can put it deep, they don't get a chance to return. We've seen it all year from Giovanni. They'll take the ball right in the middle, and now we'll get to see that option offense.
Yeah, see how the Bulldogs have prepared for it, see what they're going to bring against it, and it looks like it is going to be a 5-man defensive line. The Bulldogs are going to some of that new stuff right away. The two ends are in a 2-point stance as Bruning takes the snap. He gives right side. That's Adrian Carrillo, the main tailback, who picks up 3 yards to the 23. That'll set up 2nd and 7.
How Spencer runs their offense and any type of option offense, a lot of teams would be disappointed with a 2-yard run. That's what they do. They want 2 here, they want 3 there, and then they want 4, and they give yourself a choice when it gets to 4th down. If they're 4th and 1, they'll go for it more times than not.
2nd and 7 now upcoming. The Tigers go up under center with Cale Bruning. 3 backs in the backfield, 1 directly behind him in Carrillo. There is some miscommunication. The Bulldogs blew it up right away. It was a stop for a loss of 2. Looked like Alex Allen got in there for the initial hit at the 21-yard line, and the Tigers will have 3rd and 9.
And that's, we said Carrillo's been hurt a little bit, and coming back, getting that timing, that's the part of this that is so hard to run, and when teams try to run it and they're not successful, it's a lot to do with the timing and where people are at, because if it runs smooth and everybody's overlapping and going across, it's very, very tough.
3rd down and 9 now for Spencer. Ball spotted at their own 21. Bruning goes under center. Wideouts on either side of the formation. He takes the snap, fakes the down, get back. And carrying right side, Bruning tripped up and fell at the 21-yard line. Looked like he couldn't get his footing. It's no gain on the keeper by Bruning, and the Tigers will go 3 and out and punt the football.
Yeah, Bruning's a long-legged kid out there, and he was trying to get the feet going, and he just kind of spun out. So there's the first time where the turf kind of made an impact and should give us good field position.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are sending Tegan Bogue and Andrew Grant back there at their own 45-yard line. This will be punted off of the foot of the senior Eli Hookfin. He gets a right-footed kind of wobbling punt over to the near side end, bobbling a fair catch, able to hang on is Tegan Bogue, and he'll field at the 47-yard line. Lamar's will take the football with 10-12 left in the first quarter after the defense, with a good start, forces a 3-and-out.
Yeah, Tegan's heart probably jumped a little bit there, thinking that he might have lost that, and there was guys right in front of him. So, fortunately enough, we're right there. We're at the 47-yard line in good field position, and now we've got some guys out here ready to make plays on offense.
Yeah, hopefully a lot better offensive execution this week than last week against MOC Floyd Valley. Bulldogs have 1st and 10 of their own 47. Tegan Kazel in the gun, motions a receiver left to right, and they give it to him. It's Jamie Sitzman turning up the right seam across midfield, and he's into Spencer territory, spotted down to the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry for Sitzman to bring up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, we saw Jamie a little bit last week, a few plays here and there. He's the JV quarterback. He's the backup quarterback for Tegan. But, you know, when you have some injuries and some things happen, you try to put your athletes on the field, and Jamie's definitely an athlete that can benefit the Bulldogs.
2nd down and 3 now. 2 wideouts left, 1 right, 2 backs in the backfield for Kazel. He motions 1 out of there in Cole Carpenter. Now he turns and gives Jude Doherty with a 1st down up the middle of the field, in between the seams across the 40, and he picks up 8 yards to the Spencer Tiger 38. That'll move the chains for a Bulldog 1st down.
It seems like just another 1st down, but last week it took us a while to get that first one. We didn't get it until the second half. So getting that first down can let everybody breathe a little bit, and now we're going tight. We're going to pack everybody in, a couple tight ends and backs, and we're going to power this a little bit.
Kazel goes up under center on 1st and 10 from the Tiger 38. 2-man backfield. He turns and gives. Andrew Grant stood up for a loss back at the 39-yard line. He could not get the forward leverage needed for that power run. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's all right. You run that. And just like they ran it and they got a yard or 2 early, you run that play, see what they line up. They had all 11 guys within 8 yards of the ball. And so when that happens, Alex Allen's going to catch a big pass here before too long.
8:52 to go in the first quarter. Spencer and Lamar scoreless to start the night. 2nd and 11 from the Tiger 39. Kazel a short drop. They bring a blitz pass over the middle, is just a little too far behind Andrew Fafita, and the ball falls incomplete. And that incompletion is going to set up a tricky 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, that was one he's got to catch. I mean, Tegan he did a great job of standing in there. Last week he was a little bit fading back, and that wasn't normally like Tegan. A little bit gun shy. Offensive line did a great job. Tegan stood in there, fired a ball. Andrew's going to have to make that play.
So 3rd and 11 now from the Tiger 39. Kazel by himself in the gun, couple of tight ends right. He looks right. Now he's a delayed carry left side, and he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard maybe to the 38-yard line. Either way, it'll be 4th down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and this will bring out the punt team. It's going to be one of those nights right now where field position's key. If you can get a turnover down there, punting it deep, that's exactly what you need to do. If Tyson can get one tight here, that'll give advantage Lamar's for sure.
Tigers send 2 punt returners back. The Bulldogs are, the line of scrimmage is at the Tiger 39-yard line. And on 4th and 11, the snap back to Tyson Augustine, and he shorts the kick end over end toward the left corner to the 5. It rolls down at the 3-yard line. It dies on the near sideline. What a beautiful chip shot punt by Tyson Augustine, and Spencer will start at their own 3.
The returner did not quite know what to do with that. He wanted to go up and get it, but because the ground's wet, it didn't bounce. It just kind of slid, and then he made a wise choice to get away, because I can't hear the coaches, but I'm sure they were all yelling. If any coach knows, they're all screaming there. So Bulldogs have an advantage here, trying to pin them deep.
Yeah, right away, winning the field position battle by a large margin. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Cale Bruning goes under center. 3 men in the backfield, a tight end on either side. Bruning gives. It is Carrillo trying to fight his way forward. He gets a little bit of breathing room to the 6-yard line. Carry for 3 yards. That's not Carrillo, excuse me. That's Camden Young who picks up 3, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, he did get a few yards there, but if we can continue to keep them behind the sticks, if they're in 3rd and 6 and 7, Lamar's is going to be in good shape tonight. You know, that's just with this offense. That's how it works.
Yeah, their offense is predicated on we're going to get 3.5 yards per down and be able to move the chains that way. 2nd down and 7 now for the Tigers from their own 6. Bruning's under center, and he options right side, going to keep up the right numbers to the 10, and he's tackled forward to the 11-yard line. That's a good gain. The 5-yard gain for the Tigers. They'll have 3rd and 2 next.
Yep, and that puts them where they want to be. They want to be in that third short. Well, every team does.
Right.
Let's not kid ourselves, but especially a team like this that probably isn't going to pass. We saw them on what was it, third and 9, 3rd and 10 last possession, and they didn't even think about passing. You know,
right.
So now they have some options. Look for some motion and maybe some sort of counter back.
Just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs and Tigers punt on their first possession. Tigers with their second possession of the night on 3rd and 2 from the 11. Bruning's under center, and he gives to the down back. He was met for no gain.
Nope.
It was a Christian Cook, I think. No gain on the carry on the down back. Back to the 11-yard line. It was Camden Young on the carry, and that'll bring up 4th and 2. The Tigers go 3 and out again.
And this is where you gain that field position. We didn't do a whole lot, but that punt by Tyson Augustine pins them deep, and now they're forced to punt. And it's a little bit different when you're punting out of your own end zone, especially if it's wet.
You can compare that punt to a Dylan Suzamil chip shot right onto the green. Just a beautiful punt by Augustine. Got to the 3, and now this is going to need to be a boomer. It is a pretty solid punt. Coming up with a fair catch is Tegan Bogue, and he fields it at the Tiger 45-yard line. So Lamar's really dominating the field position right now. They're going to start on Spencer's end of the field with 6:09 to play in the first quarter. The Bulldogs with their second possession of the night.
Yeah, great job. I'm not sure why they put it in the middle of the field. It should be
near hash, right?
Should be on this hash, but we'll have to talk to Renzi about that out there.
Yeah, we got connections to the white hat. we can get some explanations. 1st and 10 from the 45. Fake give. Kazel on the option keep. Picks up 3 yards to the 42-yard line, running right in between the seams. And that'll set up 2nd down and 7.
Good. Tegan has the option on that. He just kept it tight, and really on a night like tonight, that's not a bad thing.
No.
You keep it, you get 3 or 4 yards, and see what happens.
Less hands to try and handle a wet ball.
Absolutely.
That makes things easier. 2nd and 7. Sitzman, the motion
right
man,
there,
and they give it to him. End around. He might have lost the football. Jamie Sitzman loses the ball at the 43. Tigers are on it, and Spencer takes over from their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, and I've said it before, you know, in a situation like that, a lot of teams anymore with that motion will pitch it forward, so it's a pass. And that's really almost how teams teach it, and for that reason specifically. That way, if Jamie drops it or Tegan doesn't quite get the handoff where it needs to be, it's an incomplete pass. And now the Tigers don't have the ball. They're sitting in good shape right now.
Yeah, now they've got much better field position, got some room to move the ball. Out of the shotgun is Cale Bruning. He takes the snap, and he's going to straight run up the middle, and he's just powering his way through a scrum for 5 yards to the 48-yard line, and that'll set up 2nd down and 5 for Spencer.
Looks like Bruning's going to be the guy that's going to be carrying the load, at least for right now. You know, I know Cavilla's going to be there and get his, but right now it's been Bruning. I think he has probably 4 or 5 carries already.
He's got 3 carries, for 10 yards, though. He is the team leader in rushing yards so far. Carrillo was not out there for the last possession, but he is back there in the backfield for this possession. 2nd and 5 for Spencer from their own 48-yard line. Tight end motions right to left in the formation. A receiver on either side of Bruning in the gun. He takes the hip-high snap. There was so much confusion. He turned to his right. No back was there. Evan Jalis met him for a loss of 5 of the 43, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
And again, Carrillo, you can see him pushing his chest, kind of like, yep, that one was on me. And that's, again, a little bit of time away, and all those things matter. So now the Bulldogs are in good shape again. They've got him in 3rd and long, and that's where we need him.
4:38 to play in the first quarter. A scoreless contest here at Dale Norton Field in Spencer. 3 punts and a fumble the first 4 drives of this contest for these 2 squads. It's 3rd down and 10 for Spencer. Tigers have yet to get a first down. They have picked up a combined 9 yards of offense. 3rd and 10 from the 43. Bruning drops to throw. He throws to the right seam, and it is right through the hands of Jaden Nelson and incomplete. They were looking for Miles Robbins, one of their running backs. The incompletion will bring up 4th and 10, and the Tigers go 3 and out again.
And that's why you want them to pass, because that one didn't have a chance.
No.
There were 3 guys there that were going to take that. So if you can get him in 4th and long, you're going to get opportunities. We got to convert on that. They got the fumble recovery. We missed an opportunity. Now the field position changes again.
It'll be Andrew Grant and Tegan Bogue back at their own 20-yard line to return the kick from Eli Hookfin, the senior. He takes the snap back and gets the right-footed wobbling kick up the right numbers. Bogue comes up to fair catch the football at the 29-yard line. That is it looks like such a nothing play. An average football fan is going to look at that play and said, Okay, cool, he did something. But, Gabe, if he lets that ball bounce, it's going to roll another 10, 15 yards, and the Bulldogs would be inside their own red zone instead of their own 29.
Absolutely, and that we've talked about it the first couple weeks, and Tegan clearly worked on it, and he knows. And you can see the last couple, he's really made an effort to go and get that ball.
1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs from their own 29-yard line. It is Kazel lining up in the gun. 2 receivers to his left and 1 receiver to his right. Jude Doherty, the man in the backfield. He motions a receiver left to right, gives to Doherty. Around the right side, he's got a hole up the right seam 30. Stiff arms a man to the 35. He's brought down to the 40-yard line. Jude Doherty picks up 11, and the Bulldogs move the chains with a first down.
And that's his second quality run of the night. A little bit of action with Bowen going across the formation. Faked it to him, handed to Jude. When you have those opportunities and those options, he put his head down. There was a huge hole on the right side created by, I believe that's Drew Gallus and who else was over there?
Aiden Hogue. Yep. 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs at their own 40. Kazel fakes the give. He's going to keep himself up the right seam to the 44, and a good 4-yard carry on first down will bring up 2nd and 6.
That's a lesson for all quarterbacks. That was not supposed to be Tegan Kazel. And you can tell by the look on Coach Vigdahl's face and the steam coming from his ears that we can see over here. But Tegan turned, and Cole, again, you go back. Cole didn't play last week.
Right.
And it's no fault for anybody to be injured. Carrillo is the same way. But you miss those reps, and you just get a little bit rusty. It takes a little bit of time. Tegan turned, and there was nobody there.
2nd down and 6 from the Bulldog 44. Kazel's in the gun. 2 receivers either side. He takes the hip-high snap and gives to Doherty. Straight up the middle, powering his way for extra yardage across the 45. He's down to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
And Evan Jalis should get some rushing yards on that, too. He was right behind Jude and just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And this is right now 3rd and short. This is where Tegan Kazel gets the carry and gets some opportunities to make a decision to see what's best for his team.
2:47 to play in the first quarter. Lamars and Spencer still scoreless here in the first district game of the year in Class 4A District 1. It's 3rd and a long one. Give up the middle. Doherty, he is stood up. He's brought down for no gain. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs right in the middle of the field.
I think Coach is comfortable going for this, too.
Yep. Yeah, that's, I think,
nope.
Well, no.
They are going to run the punt team out. He did think about it a little bit, but early in the game and field position and sloppy night, you don't want to give somebody an opportunity at the 50, but in another quarter or two, that's probably going to change.
So Tyson Augustine will try and do what he did on his last punt, pin the Tigers inside their own 5. Oh, no, it's a snap right back to Kazel. A fake punt picks up a couple of yards for a first down. The direct snap right to the up back. Kazel, he picks up 3, and the Bulldogs pick up a first down to the Tiger 47.
Great call by Coach. And you always, if you're the defense, you're always wondering if that's not the case. But again, because it's so early, you think teams aren't going to do it early. That's usually when they're the most successful.
So the Bulldogs get a fresh set of downs, their second first down of their drive. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 47. Kazel drops a short drop to throw. He lobs it up right sideline, and there,
nice catch.
That ball is through the hands of the target. Was that Jaden Nelson on the far side of the field? On that right sideline, it was
Jaden or Bowen?
Bowen Rican was the intended target on the right sideline. The ball falls through his hands and incomplete. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, they're good friends. They're one's 6 and one's 8, and it's hard to tell who's who. I mean, they look pretty similar, so we had to wait until they got up. It's nice it's not too muddy that we can't see the jerseys yet, but by the end of this thing, there might be some upset moms.
Hopefully not too bad. Yeah, I don't envy the mom's job after tonight. 2nd and 10 from the Tiger 47, and the Tigers bring the house. Hand up the middle. Doherty picks up a big gain across the middle of the field to the 40. 35 into the Tiger 33-yard line. A carry for 14 for Jude Doherty, and the Bulldogs have a first down.
And they're hurrying up. Tegan's rolling the hands, and they're hurrying up, and now is where you have some momentum. Look for a shot here before too long.
Yeah, they're at the 33 of Spencer and driving, trying to score here. The first points of the night. Kazel fakes the give. Doherty keeps right side. He bounces off a tackle. He's in trouble. He's losing 5 yards to the 38-yard line on the keeper by Kazel, and that is actually going to bring up a 2nd down and 16 for Lamars.
Yep, probably should have just given that and cut bait, but the end did crash, and so when you see that end crash, your read is to pull that ball. Tegan did what he was read to, but the linebacker scraped over perfectly and took care of the possession there.
53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lamar's and Spencer scoreless. The Bulldogs with the best scoring opportunity right here. Second down and about 15 or 16 yards. Kazel motions it back out of the backfield. Empty look, drops, quick pass over the middle is deflected off of the hands of Cy Bixenman and incomplete. Dylan Timmer, the coverage man. Safety Brody Jordan with some help. That incompletion brings up third down and 16.
Yep, 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bulldogs just trying to get to a position where maybe you go for it, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what Giovanni's range is going to be on a night like tonight with the footing. So, if you can get back 8 or 9 yards here, it might be a big ask, but now you get to go to quarter right after that and decide what you want to do.
The wind is obviously not the problem here tonight. It's how much the footing will be an issue. How can he get his plant down? Can he kick into it? Third down and 16. Play clock's down to 3. Kazel's lined up in the gun, 2-1, and Ken Vigdahl has to use a timeout. Did he get the timeout off in time? Yes, he did. Ken Vigdahl uses a timeout here in the first quarter. 39 seconds left in the first. It is Bulldogs nothing, Spencer nothing. Bulldogs have third down and 15 to go when we come back to Dale Norton Field and Spencer here on KLEM.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Remodel your home, take a vacation, or buy a car. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special of 6.99% annual percentage rate fixed for 6 months. Then variable rate thereafter. Currently 7.50% APR. Offer available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Call 800-678-4105 for details about credit cost and terms. Apply online at nw.bank.
Commitment you can bank on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Prime Bank is pleased to support educational opportunities at Galen Catholic and Lamar's community. We're proud to support our students in the classroom, on the playing field, in the band room, on stage, or in any extracurricular activity. Prime Bank works hard to help all of our children excel in their endeavors.
Member FDIC.
This is Alex Allen, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Coming out of Lamar's first timeout of the night. It is 3rd and 16 for the Bulldogs. They motion Rican across the formation. Kazel fakes the give to him, drops to throw. He's being chased, dumps off a little bubble screen, and there's nothing there. Jaden Nelson made the catch, but he loses 2 yards. There's a flag downfield.
They're going to call illegal man downfield, but it's a screen, and now he realized it, so he's going to call it off.
Yep, 2-yard loss on the completion to Bowen Rican, so the flag has been picked up. Going to be 4th down and 18. And another punting scenario probably here for Lamar's. Yeah, they did wave off the flag. They're making the official announcement to the press box. So a loss of 2 on the screen pass.
Clock should be running.
Actually, they dropped him back to the 43. So
Clock should be running.
Yeah, it should be running on a completed pass. 29 seconds to go.
Maybe he did he not catch it? I thought he caught it.
But they spotted it 5 yards back. So here's Tyson Augustine. He gets the spiraling kick over there to the right sideline. It is fielded by Dylan Timmer, and he is dropped for not much on the punt return. Drew Callis on the stop of the 19. They'll give him the 20. And Spencer will start this drive with just 21 seconds left in the first quarter at their own 20.
Well, it hasn't been a real eventful first quarter so far. It's been kind of played down in this area. Bulldogs have had a couple opportunities. Just, one play each little session has really set them back. So that'll be stuff they clean up here going into the second quarter. Right now, trying to keep Spencer down in that area. We'll flip to the other side, and we'll look through the wall over here, try to see what we can do. And defense has played really well. Looks like it's starting to rain a little bit more.
Yep, that's something we're going to, I think, be dealing with throughout the rest of the night once it gets started. 1st and 10 of the 20-yard line. Cale Bruning goes under center, probably the last play of the first quarter. The motion man goes. They hand off the middle to the dive back, and picking up 3 yards is Camden Young to the 23. And that will set up 2nd down and 7, but it will set up that down for probably the first play of quarter number 2 as the clock ticks down under 5 seconds. Yep, Spencer's going to take this one into quarter number 2, so we will as well. Your score here at Dale Norton Field in Spencer. It is Lamar's nothing and Spencer nothing. We'll take a break. Second quarter comes your way after this. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle. And the blow dry Supply is to die for. It always leaves my exterior sleek and shiny. My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spa treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee Lamar's.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor. Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
This is Drew Gallus, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we want to be back here to Dale Norton Field in Spencer. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. We get ready to start the second quarter. We are scoreless here in our district opener in Class 4A District 1. The Bulldogs and the Tigers come up with nothing in the first quarter. Our drive charts went punt, 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 fumble, punt, punt in the first 3 drives for both teams in the first quarter. Just not much to do. Just a combined 61 yards of total offense in quarter number 1 combined for both teams. Here's a handoff to the dive back on 2nd and 7 and picking up just a yard on the carry. Looked like Camden Young again. Yes, it was, to the 24-yard line. It'll now be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and Carrillo's down standing here by Coach, and
right.
He's kind of walking around. He doesn't even have his helmet on, so I don't know if he's fully functional yet.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that'll definitely hurt the Tigers as the night goes on, but the Bulldogs are going to have to take advantage of this field position one of these times and really get to where they need to get, which is the end zone.
Yeah, 3rd down and 6. The Bulldogs have gotten into Spencer territory most of the night, but haven't been able to cash in. Here's Bruning, and a flag will blow this play dead. It's going to be an illegal procedure penalty against the Tigers. Going to back them up 5 into their own red zone. False start called against the Tigers, back to the 19. And that'll set up 3rd and 11 following our first penalty of the night.
Number 5. He's the furthest man from the ball. He probably had nothing to do with that. Actually, he may have. He was a receiver in the Spencer offense. They may have been like, hey, he's going to get the ball, and he was so excited that he jumped a little bit. But now Carrillo comes back out here. So they are using him more sparingly than probably the old workhorse that he was last year, getting 1,200 yards and probably 100 and some carries.
3rd down and 11 here for Spencer from their own 19-yard line following the first penalty. Out of the shotgun, Bruning. 3 receivers right. He throws a screen pass. It's a backwards pass, and they're not going to be able to throw it again. And being brought down for a loss is Dylan Timmer. Good call, Gabe. That was the backup quarterback, Dylan Timmer, who made the catch behind the line of scrimmage. He loses a yard back to the 18. It'll be 4th and 12. And again, the Tigers still have not gotten a first down tonight.
And that's a tough play to do at any time. I know Boyd and Hornrock Valley made it look really easy on the first play of that game, but that's a tough play to successfully run. And then when you have the conditions as it's raining more and more now, that makes it really tough. I just don't think he could get a handle to throw it.
So here's the punt coming. Eli Hookfin gets a very tight end-over-end punt, bounces right into the hands of Andrew Graham. 47-yard line, takes it right numbers, 45, and he got tripped up at the last second across the 43 to the 42 of Spencer. Good return for Grant, and now the Bulldogs will take over. 10:20 to go in the first half. They'll have it in Spencer territory at the Tiger 42.
And this is the possession. This is the possession where we start to take off. I think Coach has probably seen enough of the negative plays, and he's going to continue. I mean, no one's trying to make any negative plays. We know that, but keeping it simple, getting upfield. Our O-line's really done a good job. It's just been a play here and there that have kind of cost us.
So 1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs from the Tiger 42. 2 receivers either side of Tegan Kazel in the gun. He takes the snap and he gives to Giovanni Kabongo up the right seam, picking up a few yards across the 40 to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 5 for Kabongo to bring up 2nd and 5.
See, and Tegan got hit there. He's looking at the official going, what the heck? We don't even run the option, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Number 9 came in. He'll get a 15-yarder next time because he was right in front of the white hat. He didn't call it there, but he's going to. That was kind of cheap.
We'll watch out for that the rest of the night. Bulldog Football on KLEM is brought to you by Kemp's Dairy, the Lamar's Community Booster Club, Hy-Vee, Noram Cold Storage, Hummer's Lawn Care, and Lamar's Ace Hardware. 2nd and 5. Kabongo gets the handoff right side up the seam across the 35 to the 30, and he's brought down across the 30 to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 for Giovanni Kabongo and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yep, keep pounding it between the tackles here. Looks like a little bit more hurry up, kind of keeping them off balance. They're going one-on-one everywhere else, and so It's 6-on-6. It's just man versus man across the board.
Kazel, screen pass left. Fafita makes the catch. Great
Nice
block from
block,
Cole
Cole.
Carpenter, left numbers 25-20, and Fafita's got a first down into the red zone to the 15-yard line. He makes the catch on the screen, picks up 13, and the Bulldogs move the chains.
Yeah, and you don't have to blast through people. Another hurry up here as Tegan gets everybody ready to go.
You're really trying to push the tempo now. Handoff, Kabongo straight up the middle end. Look at him work to the 10-yard line, a pickup of 5 yards on the carry for Kabongo. 2nd and 5.
I love our O-line. You see Drew in there and Evan Jalis and Asher Moss all trying to push the pile because we are actually bigger than them. It doesn't always happen, but they're kind of small up front as far as the defense goes. So pushing people around is what we're going to need to do to get in the end zone.
2nd and 5 from the Tiger 10-yard line. Kazel's in the gun, 2 receivers right. The give to Kabongo straight up the middle. He's got a hold of the 5. He keeps moving his feet, and he's brought down to the 2, a pickup of 8, and a 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Yep, and coach is rolling the hands over. We're going to go again, and Giovanni or Tegan's going to get a touchdown right here. 1st and goal from the 2. The Bulldogs line up in the gun. The hand to Kabongo. Now fake the handoff. Kazel keeps around the right side. Now he looks to throw. He lost the football. Was it a fumble? It is an incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. That was fortunate.
Kazel
was
backwards. Yeah, trying to find Nolan Cass, but they're going to say it slipped out of his hands on the way forward. So the incompletion on the rollout will bring up 2nd and goal. Or wait a minute, they moved the – no, it is an incomplete pass. Our near side signaled incomplete. The far side didn't get the memo.
Okay, yeah, it was – Tegan tried to make a play there because as he ran, the corner crashed. Tegan just couldn't get – like we talked about, as it rains, it's hard to get a handle on that ball. So we're fortunate to get that ball back. It was incomplete either way.
8:34 to play in the first half. A scoreless football game to open district play. 2nd and goal from the 2. Kazel's in the gun. He gives to Kabongo's wrapped up at the hips and brought down. They're going to say for a loss back to the 3. It'll be 3rd and goal now.
Yeah, and this is 4-down territory. I don't think there's even in a tight game like this, I don't think there's any chance here, unless you lose a bunch right here, that you go to Giovanni Kabongo. We're going to probably see Andrew Grant. Yep, there he is.
There's Grant,
and Jaden
Nelson, Alex Allen,
and Cy Bixman. So we're going to get a little bit heavier here. We're going to try to push this ball over with a little bit of power. Andrew's done a great job of doing that the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's got a couple of touchdowns on the year, only 42 yards, but he doesn't need very many yards down here. 3rd and goal from the 3, movement on the line. Kazel gives to Grant. He fumbled the football, and the Tigers are running the other way with it. Taking it up is Dalton Flickema. Right numbers 40, 45, 50, into Bulldog territory. He's being chased by Nelson. Flickema takes it 95 yards for a touchdown. The ball popped out of the hands of Andrew Grant, and Dalton Flickema runs the fumble all the way back for 6, and the Tigers go up 6-0 with 7:42 to play in the first half.
Yeah, Andrew Grant got absolutely trucked on that. Somebody missed the block. They timed their blitz just perfect. The pressure was there, and he got hit hard, and we've said it before, and we'll say it again as the night goes on. It kind of spits here every once in a while, just enough to make it interesting. And there were 2 plays on that possession that the ball slipped out. One on Tegan's pass, and then that could have been a touchdown, and then that one, it just popped right out of Andrew's hands.
What a unfortunately tough break for Lamar. Spencer gets a scoop and score. Eli Hookfin for the point after kick, and the right-footed boot sails through the uprights and is good. The Bulldogs get all the way down to the 3-yard line, fumble the ball, and the Tigers now lead 7-0, 7:42 to play in the first half. We'll take a break, and Lamar's will get the football when we come back. You are listening to Bulldog Football here on KLEM Radio.
Being on the winning team in Northwest Iowa for over 130 years, Iowa State Bank is a proud supporter of all our area high school sports teams.
Iowa State Bank, we're ready for you.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
LSI Staffing has one mission: to match employers with great employees. If your manufacturing business is looking to partner with an industry leader, LSI Staffing is worth the call. Call them today at 712-202-2850.
This is Mitchell Bartman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, the outlook of the game kind of changing there right away. It's early in the second quarter, but the Bulldogs getting all the way to the 3-yard line, fumbling the ball, and the 95-plus yard fumble return by Dalton Flickema puts Spencer up 7-0 with 7:42 to play in the first half. But now I guess the bright spot is Lamar's will get the football back and have a chance to atone for that turnover that leads to points. It'll be the kickoff coming from Eli Hookfin. The Bulldogs send Kabongo and Bogue back to return. Tegan Bogue fields at the 37, takes out left numbers 15-20, gets a seam to the 30, left sideline 35-40, and he's run out of bounds by the kicker Hookfin across the 40 to the 44. They'll give him the 45-yard line as well. What a great return by Tegan Bogue, and the Bulldogs again have good field position, but Gabe, we're going to sound like a broken record. Field position's great. You got to score off at some point.
Yep, absolutely. And now that's 2 fumbles on a night that we've given up. One was unfortunate, but it was near midfield. The other one was on the opposite end, but they converted on it. So Bulldogs are going to have to find a way to get in that end zone. And once we do, the floodgates could open.
Jamie Sitzman motions out of the backfield. Kazel gives to Doherty straight up the middle. He's across midfield, and he gets tripped up at the open field at the second level across the 45 to the Tiger 42. Gain of 13 and a Bulldog first down.
I don't know. I mean, I know we're a long time from half, but we are down 7-0, but we're dominating in every facet of this game except for turnovers.
1st and 10, Tiger 42, handoff Doherty. They'll try it again, and he gets another strong gain to the 36-yard line. They'll give him the 35 as well. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Coach Vigdahl, Hayden Fry used to say you scratch where it itches, and that's really what you're doing. When a play works, you just keep running it, and that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, make the Tigers have an answer for you. 2nd and 3 from the Spencer 35. Doherty gets the handoff, now counters left side across the 30 to the 28-yard line. He picks up 7 more yards and a first down for Lamar's.
Yeah, we're going to be our offensive output is going to be great, but really the number we need right now has a 0.
It
so
does.
Looking to get into that end zone, we're doing a great job. Really tempo is going to be a key because I think we realize they play a lot of guys both ways.
Spencer 7, Lamar's nothing. 1st and 10 from the 28. This is Kabongo now across the 25 to the 20. Left seam across the 15. He's brought down to the 13-yard line. A 15-yard carry for Kabongo. First down for Lamar's into the red zone.
And Tegan got hit again. Coach is not very happy. There's a few coaches that aren't very happy, and that just can't happen. That's player safety, and we got to get that figured out.
1st and 10 now at the Tiger 13-yard line. Spencer had to call a timeout, had too many men on the field, and trying to rush someone off. 6:35 to go in the first half. Bulldogs are in the red zone again, trailing Spencer 7-0. We're back with more Bulldog football after this here on KLEM.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
This is Andrew Fafita, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Spencer alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. The Spencer timeout now has 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Tiger 13. Handoff around the right side. Giovanni Kabongo fighting his way back to the line of scrimmage for nothing. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
That's the first play of under, 5 yards that we've had in this drive. So. And so, and there just sometimes there isn't anything there. Bulldogs have really controlled the game on the ground so far, and they need to continue to do that.
Yeah, that's the first play under 7 yards even this drive. The Bulldogs moved the ball well, and then Spencer called a timeout, and now they're battening down the hatchets. 2nd and 10 from the 13. Kazel drops to throw, dumps off into the flats. It's Kabongo trying to get outside the right numbers, and Kabongo slips on the wet grass of the 14-yard line, loses a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, and this is a learning experience for everybody, hopefully. Tonight's field is not going to allow you to juke.
Nope.
It's got to be a vertical, and that's why Giovanni did a great job. Those plays that are just right up the chute. Jude, great job right up the middle. That's where the success is going to happen, especially when they bring pressure. Because if you get past that first wave, there's nobody home.
So 3rd down and 11 for Lamar's. The Bulldogs with 5:30 left to play in the first half, down 7-0 here to Spencer. in the opener of district play in Class 4A District 1. 3rd down and 11. Kazel's in the gun. Motions a receiver right to left. Gives it to Jamie Sitzman on the reverse left side. He picks up a few yards to the 13. Ball is loose. No, they're going to say he's down by contact. Got the ball back at the 14-yard line. No gain there for the Dogs. They'll have 4th down and 11 on the left hash.
And this is, Coach looking over here going, what are we doing? And we are going to go for it. It looks like Giovanni's staying over on the sideline. So I think the footing just keeps you a little bit uneasy on how things are going.
Yeah, this would be a 31, maybe 32-yard field goal if they were to attempt it.
Reverse.
But the Bulldogs are going to go under. 4th down and 11. It's a reverse around the right side and picking up positive yardage to the 5, all the way to the goal line and into the end zone is Jaden Nelson for a Bulldog touchdown. The double reverse. It has worked all season. It works again, and the Bulldogs are a point after away from tying the game with 4:39 to play in the first half.
It's almost ridiculous how much that play works.
I know,
really is.
It is.
I mean, and not just work for a gain of 6 or 7, but it seems like we're always, last week I think it was a 35-yard touchdown. So Giovanni looking to tie it up, and great answer by the Bulldogs.
There's a snap spot for Kazel. Flag thrown will blow the kick dead as it was thrown by the umpire. I think this is going to back the kick up a little bit. False start going against the Dogs, so the point after try will become 5 yards more difficult for Kabongo. And maybe with the footing, he thinks he needs to plan a little bit harder. You could see this might cause an issue. 4:39 to play in the first half. 7-6, Spencer leads. Point after pending here for the Bulldogs after the 14-yard touchdown run by Jaden Nelson. Kabongo still gets plenty of leg into this kick and ties the game with the point after. Your score now with 4:39 to go in the first half, 7-7. Spencer will have their first offensive possession fully in quarter number 2 when we come back to Dale Norton Field and Spencer here on KLEM.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to cnos.net to learn more.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamar's supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamar's, Iowa.
This is Evan Jalis, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Dale Norton Field and Spencer alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. Jaden Nelson helps tie the game with a 14-yard double reverse touchdown. And now Giovanni Kabongo, after tying the game with a point after, boots one through the end zone for a touchback. And Spencer will get the football, at their own 20-yard line. And Gabe, I have to imagine that touchdown for the Bulldogs has to give them a lot of confidence, and now getting back on defense where they've really been winning the game tonight.
Yeah, and really the previous possession, it's the most unfortunate thing to give up a 97-yard fumble return for a touchdown. But what it did is we got to the 3, and that's the good thing. We hadn't been there all night, so once we got there, now we knew we could. Last time we put it in the end zone.
Here's Cale Bruning, faking the give to the dive back, and the Bulldogs stayed home as Alex Allen brings down Cale Bruning for a loss of 3 to the 17-yard line. That'll set up 2nd and 13.
Alex Allen would be a nightmare to try to block.
Goodness.
He's so physical. He's quick. He's strong. He's trying to pump everybody up. He's got the energy. He's going to knock out a ball here before too long, and we're gonna get some really good field position because that ball almost came out. And the option, if you don't hold it just right, it's pretty capable of coming out.
2nd and 13 now for the Tigers of their own 17. Bruning's under center, fakes the give, bootlegs right. He's being chased by Allen, and he tripped him up. What a diving play. Alex Allen dives for the sack back at the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 20. Now Ken Vigdahl wants a timeout. He wanted it quicker, and the clock is still running. The clock is still running. They're going to have to fix the clock here. Yeah, they'll get it. But a big sack for Alex Allen, loss of 7. 3rd and 20 will be upcoming after this Bulldog timeout. We'll take a break. Back with more Bulldog football after this from Spencer on KLEM.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work toward success on the field and in the classroom.
This is Nolan Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back here to Dale Norton Field in Spencer alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. After two outstanding plays in the backfield by Alex Allen, it'll be 3rd down and 20 here for Spencer. And, boy, just some outstanding plays by Alex. Again, it just comes down to who is the quicker, more physical man, and Alex Allen proves that on the defensive line. 3rd and 20 from the 10 for Spencer. Bruning drops back to throw out of the gun. He dumps it off into the flats. It's Carrillo, and Alex Allen's there again. He brought him down back at the 1-yard line. The Tigers have lost 19 yards on this drive. It'll be 4th down and 28 from the 2-yard line of Spencer.
Yeah, and now you can save that timeout. You don't need to burn it because you know they're punting it. You should get it unless he really uncorks one inside the 40-yard line. And that's a game changer. The end of the half could be huge.
Alex Allen just had 3 solo tackles for loss, 1 sack on that drive, and now the Tigers are backed up at the end of the end zone. Eli Hookfin is basically standing out of bounds right now. He takes the helmet high snap. He gets the punt away. It's a high kick, so it's not going very far. Bulldogs scramble. It takes a Lamar's bounce, and Spencer will down it at their own 28-yard line. Bulldogs will have a chance to score right before the end of the first half.
And get the ball at half.
Yes.
Spencer took the ball to start the game. Bulldogs got to stop, and the only time Spencer's really done anything is just kind of a fluky play, and they went 97 yards. Otherwise, Lamar's has dominated this first half, and getting a score here would really, really be helpful.
But a key distinction, it was a fluky defensive play.
Yes.
They still haven't gotten a first down on offense. The Bulldogs make some shifts, and they go back to a regular line. 2 receivers either side. Kazel with a 3-step drop out of the gun. He airs it out down the right sideline. Nolan Cass jump ball. It's deflected, and it's picked off. It is picked off the deflection near side of the end zone. Brody Jordan has his first interception of the year, and Spencer with a touchback gets the ball back at the 20. What a play. What a job of knowing where he was on the football field.
Sometimes you just tip your cap to a nice play. I mean, I love the fact that they took a shot, and they needed to try to stretch the defense a little bit. Nolan, sorry, so many Cass boys, it's hard to keep them all straight, but Nolan went up for the ball. He gave a little gentleman's shove in the back to try to create some space, did a great job. He got his hands on it, got his hands hit, and then there was another safety coming over. They just made a nice play.
So 1st and 10 here for Spencer at their own 20-yard line. That's the 3rd turnover of the night for the Bulldogs. One of them directly led to 7 points. 1st and 10 of the 20. Bruning's under center. Motions a man. He gives to the down back. A carry for 3 yards to the 23. It is Camden Jordan again. Camden Young, for a carry of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, a little inside trap there. There's just so much movement and motion and back and forth, and they're hoping you get lost. Lamar's has done a great job and needs to continue, almost just get out of this half and recalibrate and come back out and dominate on offense.
Man, how crazy has this first half been? The Bulldogs, by every statistical measure outside the turnovers, should be winning this game. And now a handoff right side goes to Carrillo. He spins around a tackle at the 35 and brought down to the 43-yard line. A pickup of 20 yards for Adrian Carrillo, and Spencer has their first down of the night.
And he almost lost that. He pinned the ball on the back of himself as he kind of got spun around, and that's just a play that we've lost it, and they didn't. And those are the plays that sometimes when things aren't going your way, it continues.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Spencer and Lamars are tied at 7. Cale Bruning goes under center. 3 men in the backfield as per usual. A tight end left side. Bruning fakes the give. He's got an option keep up the right seam, and he dives forward to the 45. A carry for 2 will bring up 2nd and 8.
And if you remember, they did burn a timeout earlier when Lamars was driving, so they do only have 2 timeouts. I'm not sure if they have much of a field goal kicker, so they're looking to score here if they can.
Eli Hookfin 1 for 2 on the year. His longest made was from 32. So they got to get to the red zone if they want to come away with points, basically, in any form. Second down and 8 to go from the Tiger 45, minute 20 to go in the first half. A lot of clock ticking down in between plays here. Not much urgency as Burning goes under center, fakes the give. He doesn't pitch. He keeps, sheds a tackle across midfield to the 45-40, deep into Bulldog territory, and it is Burning being brought down for a pickup of 20 to the Lamar's 35, and it'll be a Tiger first down again.
We've done a great job of tackling tonight, but there were some defensive linemen that quit on the backside of that play, and it almost cost us a touchdown. The Bulldogs are going to have to continue to play. We've made a lot of one-on-one tackles, which has been great, but you can't count on that. Everybody has to rally every time.
I will say, shout out to the fast chain gang. They got that down marker set, and the clock is running. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cale Burning goes up under center with 3 men in the backfield, receiver on either side. Burning fakes the give, play action, throws toward the right sideline, caught, and turning into the numbers is Dalton Flickema to the 25. He picks up 10 out of the first down here for Spencer.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't called the timeout yet. Oh,
I
there
am
they
too.
did.
Yeah,
there
there's the timeout.
Oh, maybe not. What are they doing here?
And they're looking over to the sideline. The clock is running. 38 seconds to go in the first half. Spencer has 2 timeouts left. Cale Burning's still getting the play.
There's some confusion going over here.
From
He
the
wanted to
sideline.
call it.
Yeah,
and
now
he,
Jim Ty has called the timeout.
He chose not to, and now he's mad that he is calling it.
30 seconds to go in the first half. Spencer and Lamar's tied at 7. The second timeout of the first half used by the Tigers. We'll take the timeout as well, and we'll be back in just a moment. Tigers have it at the Bulldog 25 after this on KLEM.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
This is Ken Bigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Dale Norton Field in Spencer alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteeg with you. Out of Spencer's second time out of the half, there's just 30 seconds left of the first half. The Bulldogs and Tigers are tied at 7. Spencer is 1st and 10 of the Bulldog 25. It is Cale Burning under center, motions the back, pitches to him left side, carrying around the edge to the 20. He's shedding a tackle across the 15 to the 10, and being brought down inside the 10 is Miles Robin at the 7-yard line. Robbins picks up 18. It's 1st and goal for Spencer. Another timeout on the field called by Jim Ty.
Yeah, and they kind of swallowed Chase there. Chase was begging for a holding call. They didn't give it to him.
So just 23 seconds left before the half. We'll take this timeout and be back in just a little bit. Last timeout of the half for Spencer. Down inside the 10. Back with more after this on KLEM.
You have big plans this fall, so use the equity in your home to free up some cash. Northwest Bank has 3 home equity loan options available. You get to choose from a fixed rate or variable rate loan. Get ready to remodel your home, buy a car, or take a vacation, whatever you want. These special loan rates are for a limited time. Apply online at nw.bank. Call 800-678-4105 for details. Northwest Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
This is Bo Wadley, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Dale Norton Field in Spencer alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteeg with you. It's 1st and goal here for Spencer with 23 seconds left before the end of the first half. The Tigers and Bulldogs are tied at 7. It is Cale Burning going up under center for the Tigers. 3-man backfield like they usually do. Receiver on either side. Here is the fake pitch. Bootlegging right. Burning looking to throw. He lost his footing and he's sacked. He's sacked in the backfield. The stop made by Evan Jalis back at the 15 to the 16. The Tigers are going to try and hustle and clock it here. Burning under center, and he spikes the football with 7 seconds. Burning spikes the football after the Evan Jalis sack. And now I think they're going to bring out the field goal unit to try and tack on 3. What a play by Jalis after Burning lost his footing. and now spikes and clocks the football with 7 seconds left in the half, tied at 7.
Season long here because you said 32.
32, and this would be a 34-yarder for Hookfin. He's 1 for 2. He's right in the middle of the field.
Scoop and score here. Block, scoop, score.
We love it. It'll be off of the hold of Dalton Flickema, the senior. 34-yard field goal for Eli Hookfin. Here's the low snap. It's a bad placement.
Catch and go.
And that can be returned. It's fielded by Andrew Fafita on the short kick up the left sideline to the 20. He's brought down to the 21. Clock reads zeros, and that's the end of the first half. The snap was bad, rolled to the holder, and by that point, everything's thrown off. Hookfin's kick only made it about 15 yards maybe. And the missed field goal will send us into the break with the score, Spencer 7, Lamar's 7. What a first half we have had to this point. We will step aside when we come back. We'll have your first half stats. We'll break down the action for you, talk about what we saw of note, and what's to come in the third and fourth quarters here tonight. Again, the score at the break, it is Lamar's 7, Spencer 7. Take a break, and halftime coverage comes your way after this. From Dale Norton Field here in Spencer, you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM Lamar's.
Have a great season. Huddle up and win from NorAm Cold Storage, the coolest cold storage in the Midwest. Over 20 years of experience in packing, cooling, storing, and managing your products with exceptional service. NorAm Cold Storage in Lamar's. Hummer's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. Is it thatching, fertilizer, or simple maintaining of your freshly cut grass? Call Hummer's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
Hi, sports fans. This is Perry from Ace Hardware in Lamar's. We're happy to have a huge selection of what you need to efficiently maintain your home so you can find time to enjoy the game. Check out what's in the store at the new Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling. I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar's.
Hi, this is Misty Zek.
This is Brock Nohava.
Hi, this is Abby Phillips.
I'm Carissa DeRocher.
This is Dave Close.
Hi, this is Austin Sitzman.
Hi, this is Jody with Exit Realty Midwest.
Exit Realty Midwest is proud to support our area athletes. Find them online at exitrealtymidwest.com.
Campbell's Rental and Repair, located on the corner of 4th Avenue Northeast and 1st Street, is a proud supporter of local athletics. For all your Toro product purchase, rental, or repair, visit Campbell's Rental and Repair today. They have a full line of Toro products for you to purchase or rent.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass.
Get more because you deserve more with Kylie Petty, Century 21 ProLink, serving Lamar since 2011. Wishing our local teams a successful season. Visit KyliePetty.com for your real estate needs.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, JMax Construction is ready for you. At JMax Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call JMax Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
This is Tegan Kazel, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back here to Dale Norton Field in Spencer. Some halftime festivities currently taking place as it is Lamar's 7, Spencer 7 during halftime of homecoming here tonight in Spencer. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. The first half was quite the eventful first half at that. We'll break that all down for you coming up here in our halftime coverage. Before we do, let's run down some first half stats tonight. Lamar's in the first half with 141 yards of total offense unofficially, 131 of those through the air, 10 of those coming on the ground. For Spencer, 57 yards on the ground, 1 yard officially passing, and 58 total yards of offense here tonight. Breaking down the drive charts, it started pretty bland in the first quarter if you're not into smash mouth football. Spencer 3 and out for a punt. Lamar's 1 first down, then a punt. Spencer another 3 and out. Bulldogs then fumbled. That was their first turnover of this first half. Spencer then goes 3 and out after the fumble and punts. Lamar's gets pretty far down there to the Spencer 38, maybe 40-yard line, and then has to settle for a punt. Tigers go 3 and out and punt once again. Then the Bulldogs got all the way down to the 3-yard line on their first drive of the second quarter. Fumbled the ball. It was recovered by Dalton Flickema and ran 97 yards back for a touchdown, made it 7-0. The ensuing Bulldog drive goes about 8 plays for 55 yards, takes just under 3 minutes off of the clock, and a 14-yard touchdown run by Jaden Nelson later. We were tied at 7. Tigers go 3 and out again. Bulldogs on their first play at the Tiger 28-yard line. It ends in an interception in the end zone for a touchback. Spencer then moves the ball downfield to the Bulldogs 7. Got sacked nearly out of the red zone, and then tried a field goal attempt that came up way short as time expired. So a first half that if you kind of just take a look at some basic defensive numbers, Gabe, Lamar should be winning this, but obviously you look at one glaring stat and you see why it's still a tie ball game. Bulldogs are losing the turnover margin 3-0, and that is never going to sit well with any football coach.
No, and on top of it, a couple of the turnovers come inside the red zone.
Yep.
You know, the interception was actually in the end zone or right near the end zone. It was in the end zone, wasn't it?
Yep.
And then the fumble that was returned was at the 3. So, you know, the Bulldogs could easily be up, 4 scores here,
right,
with all honesty. So, there's a lot to be frustrated about because we haven't gotten those points, but there's a lot to build on. We've run the ball very, very effectively.
Right.
We've had passing the ball hasn't been our forte right now. So run the ball, pound the ball, and then defensively, aside from that last drive when you probably played a little bit safer defense because you didn't want to give up a big play, you probably gave up more yards than you wanted to, got out of it unscathed. So all in all, the first half is over, and you're tied. It's a lot better than being down 2 scores like we were last week with no offense. This week we were tied, and we've had pretty successful offensive drives. It's just time to finish each one of them with some points.
Now, you played football for a few years. You played in some less than ideal conditions. So if you can explain to people just how tough is it to hang on to the ball. I mean, Spencer has not turned the ball over, so they're doing what they need to do. But 3 Bulldog turnovers, you could probably chalk up at least 2 of them to the rain and the damp football. Just how tough is it to possess the football and make sure that is your priority on a night where you're just lucky to be standing on 2 feet sometimes?
Yeah, and the interception, that turnover, it was a great play by the safety.
Fantastic.
They were right there, and that wasn't a loose ball situation. No. But we've actually fumbled 3 times, I think, because Cole got on one right before the touchdown on that. So that was huge. But it's just it's a focus thing. But then also once it comes out, the other team knows it can come out. And so maybe they start punching at it a little bit more. They start ripping at it a little bit more. And then if you're the ball carrier, the last thing you want to do is have it happen. So you might overthink it a little bit.
Yep.
And the Bulldogs have to know we've got to protect it with 2 hands going through. I'm sure coaches have talked about that. I mean, they're not what we're saying is not anything the coaches don't already know.
It's not revolutionary.
No,
by any means.
I mean, it's not like they're saying, okay, this half we're going to try to hold on to the ball. They already knew that. It came out a couple times. We were fortunate with a great kick return by Tegan Bogue to get us in good position. And then, I think the weather played a little bit of a fact in the snap, on that field goal. So I don't know if he can kick it that far or not, but he certainly couldn't do it with the bad snap. So it's gone both ways. They've gotten the turnover part of it. We haven't really gotten that yet. Maybe the second half we do.
Boy, Gabe, I also just want to highlight. I mean, we could harp on negatives all first half, but and then obviously there were some great things offensively they did too. We're just pointing out the turnovers. How about the defensive effort from Lamar's? I mean, up until that last drive, Spencer did not have a first down. They went 3 and out on every possession. Just what have you seen from the Bulldog defense tonight that really suggests they're on their A game?
Yeah, and like we said before, to start the game, you can't go into this and just run your base stuff. You can, but you're probably not going to be as successful. They've done a good job of preparing. Coaches have them ready. They're in a 5-man front, moving Evan Jalis up, moving Jaden to the middle, and then putting the outside linebackers really wide, and basically just saying, if you're going to run anything, it's going to have to be in the middle because we're not letting you outside for big plays. We've done a good job of wrapping up and tackling. A couple times we didn't. They did get some big gains. Yep. So here in the second half, we just have to continue to smack them in the mouth. I think, Alex Allen, we spoke of that whole drive, how tough he was that drive. Aiden Hogue's got to be tough to block, especially I think our numbers are a little bit higher than theirs as far as like who's playing just one way.
Sure.
So that's going to wear on them trying to go up against our offense and then our defensive line. Yes, we have some, but if we can continue to put pressure on them and keep them in 3rd and long, we've seen that passing is not something that they're very comfortable with.
Yeah, I think Coach Vigdahl brought it up in the pregame. He said if they're going to increase their passing numbers, it's going to be from 5 attempts to about 10 attempts, whereas Lamar's might do 15 to 20 if they're going to talk about passing the football more. I mean, it is really impressive to see what the Bulldogs have been able to do defensively. I think last week definitely hurt them. It left them with a bad taste in their mouth, and they've really shown, hey, we are still a very good defense. We're a defense that you have to respect, and it's been really nice to see after their just inability to get off the field and kind of be marched over by MOC last week.
Yeah, and these guys aren't any different than they were last week.
Right.
It's about the motivation, and maybe they have a little bit more after, giving up some points and giving up some yards and not maybe playing to the capabilities that they are. They're the same football players that they were last week. Just maybe the motor's running a little bit hotter, being first week of district play and coming off one that just left a bad taste in your mouth. So Alex Allen, Aiden Hogue, Evan Jalis, Jaden, they're all the same guys. They just maybe have a little bit of more spark tonight. And they've been doing a great job and hopefully can continue that, because if you get a team that has to run the ball like Spencer does down, that's when you can put them away.
Yep.
If we come out and can score here in this first drive and get them down 2 scores or get them down 1 score, and then they're maybe get a stop and another score. If you can get a team like this down 2 scores, now they start having to go outside of their comfort zone and force themselves to do things they don't really want to do.
Right. What kind of things have you seen? Because, this first possession of the second half is going to be huge. The Bulldogs have a chance to take their first lead. They'll have a chance to do it, right away to start the second half. What have you seen that's worked for the Bulldog offense? Because a lot of things have worked. Obviously, they've gotten down in the red zone a couple of times. Turnovers have not. But what are some things that have worked for the Bulldogs tonight?
Just getting downhill.
Yeah.
They've really gotten downhill. When we've tried to stretch to the outside, I think Jamie had a couple that he did okay with. Maybe Bowen might have had one. Even Tegan hasn't been able to get to the outside. So when we've gotten downhill, we've just squared our shoulders and said, here we come. And there's been huge holes. Our offensive line across Mr. Kramer and Moss and Jalis and Hogue and of course Mr. Gallus have done a great job of creating gaps. And then what Spencer's doing is, because they're a little bit lighter, they're bringing some guys up from the second level, and when that happens, now there's just one guy to beat. And they're grasping at the ankles, and they've made those tackles, but we're really close to making a 12-yarder a 25-yarder, and that wears on people, and if we can continue to do that, just keep getting our shoulders square, getting downhill, and making, instead of going east and west, going north and south. As far as football terms, I'm not sure where our directions really are right now, but as far as football terms, if we can do that, then good things are going to happen, and it also opens up some read stuff for Tegan, and then we can get outside, or we can fake east and west and get Tegan up the middle. It's been a group effort. I love how Jude's run.
Yes.
I love how Giovanni's run. And it's good to see those young backs, because last week was a struggle. And even 2 weeks ago, we didn't really run it extremely well. So they've done a great job of keeping composed. The O-line's doing a great job up front. And now it's time to really get a couple drives that finish in the end zone. Not 3 yards short, not 15 yards short, but finish in the end zone. We had 3 drives at the end that were great drives. We had opportunities, just didn't happen.
I was going to say, you kind of alluded to it there in your breakdown of the Bulldog offense. But after Lamar's was, and you are actually right. I think we are going north and south on the football field, so you'll take the win there.
Small victories.
Yeah, absolutely. Could you see Spencer start creeping up more to try and fill those gaps now? I mean,
yep. Yeah, absolutely. And the first time we ran that heavy package where Alex Allen comes in and Andrew Grant comes in and Jaden comes in and we have the 2 tight ends and Cy comes in. When we ran that, like we said, there was 22 guys within 8 yards of the ball. And that's fine, because what's going to happen is Alex Allen's going to catch a ball. Cy Bixman, we're going to play action that, and we're going to be able to go up over top because they're so far in there. That's going to open up that passing game, So as they come up and try to fill those gaps, hopefully, I know we've got the plays in our pocket to be able to stretch the field yet, but if they have to start coming up, that's when we can maybe get Andrew on a deep one, or Jamie's playing some receiver, get him out there. Some of those some of those receivers making big plays.
I hope so. Yeah, it's going to be a fun second half. If you enjoy power and just physical brand of football, this is the game for you tonight. It is Spencer and Lamar's Community. Again, this game kicked off at 6 o'clock, an hour earlier due to the forecasted weather here in Spencer. It's been damp. It's been dreary. We've had some spit showers off and on. All in all, not too bad of a night, though. Of course, you're worried about the lightning factor. That's the biggest thing. And there's some halftime fireworks currently taking place across the way. Pretty darn cool. That is homecoming here in Spencer. So obviously they brought up all the stops here tonight. Well, we will step aside when we come back. We'll bring you some scores from around Northwest Iowa. We're going to have quite the assortment, I would have to imagine. We're going to have some final scores. We're going to have some third quarter scores. We're going to have some fourth quarter scores. Maybe just some first half scores as well. Well, who knows? We'll track down some football scores for you around Northwest Iowa. All coming up on our halftime coverage. Again, here in Spencer, the Tigers and Bulldogs are tied at 7 as the fireworks take us into the break. We'll be back with some scores from around Northwest Iowa. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
At Universal Windows Direct, you're not just purchasing windows, you're also getting peace of mind, knowing that their knowledgeable local staff is there for you every step of the way. You receive quality Unishield products along with a limited lifetime warranty to ensure that you're taken care of for years to come. Universal Windows Direct wishes all local athletes the best of luck.
At Arnold Motor Supply in Lamar's, they understand service really does make the difference. They'll take the extra step to help you find the right part. The first time, every time. At Arnold Motor Supply, service really is the difference.
We're proud to be Arnold Motor Supply.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dream work. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
Timmons Construction believes leadership, teamwork, communication, training, planning, attention to detail, dedication, and work ethic make athletic teams successful. Timmons Construction also realizes those same qualities are the necessary ingredients for a successful business. Timmons Construction is proud to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Get a special loan rate from Northwest Bank. Remodel your home, take a vacation, or buy a car. Use the equity in your home for what you want. Northwest Bank's home equity line of credit special of 6.99% annual percentage rate, fixed for 6 months, then variable rate thereafter. Currently 7.50% APR. Offer available for a limited time to qualified borrowers. Call 800-678-4105 for details about credit cost and terms. Apply online at nw.bank.
Commitment you can bank on.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC.
Perspective Insurance. Better together.
Whatever your insurance needs, call Prospective Insurance in Lamar's today at 546-7821 and make sure you are properly covered. Prospective Insurance in Lamar's, a new way to view insurance.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated.
This is Alex Allen, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back here to Dale Norton Field in Spencer, alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. If you're watching the stream, you got to enjoy a little bit of a fireworks show during the break there, as it's homecoming, and Spencer does not mess around for homecoming here tonight. The halftime score, it is Spencer 7, Lamar's 7. The Bulldogs are going to get the second half kickoff to start things off. Let's get you some scores from around Plymouth County here on this Friday night. These scores are going to be at variable different times around the area. First, the final score at Jim Lorenzen Field in Lamar's. It was Akron Westfield beating Galen Catholic by a score of 36-7. So the Westerners remain unbeaten in district play. At the half, not too far from here in Hartley Melvin Sanborn leads Kingsley Pearson River Valley 16-15 at the halftime break. Remsen St. Mary's leads Newell Fonda 23-6 at the half. It's Hinton leading Lawton Bronson 24-14 in the third, and MMCRU is shutting out Sibley O'Cheaton 27-0. That game's in the third quarter. Let's also see if we can track down some scores for you. We'll also report to you that last night it was Storm Lake beating Sioux City West by a score of 28-19. That was the official start of district play in Class 4A District 1. Again, here Lamar's and Spencer are tied at 7. In Fort Dodge, the score we have, Denison Schleswig has an early 6-0 lead over the Dodgers in that other district game in Class 4A District 1. Now to some scores from around Northwest Iowa. We'll go to Class A District 1, where Alta Aurelia holds a 38-21 lead over South O'Brien. It is Unity Christian defeating Sheldon by a score of 50-14 tonight. Spirit Lake is rolling over Okoboji, 44-0, that score at the halftime break. Central Lyon George Little Rock leads Cherokee 38-7 in the second quarter. We're getting some scores from up around this area, so not quite as close to Lamar's necessarily. Emmetsburg leads Sioux Central 40-0 in quarter number 3 there. Let's see, anything else of note around the area? Not much to speak of. So we'll have plenty more scores. Sergeant Bluff Luton did beat Boyden Hull Rock Valley tonight 26-23. That score at the half, and a couple of non-district opponents for the Bulldogs here this season. Again, our score, it is Lamar's 7, Spencer 7. As we get ready to start the second half, we'll take one more break and have your second half of action. We come back to Dale Norton Field in Spencer. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
At Old Glory Roofing, they believe in the principles of hard work, integrity, and commitment. Whether you need help with roof repairs or replacements, Old Glory Roofing will provide you with the best service out there. Call them today at 712-305-8839.
This is Drew Gallus, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Dale Norton Field in Spencer, alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. We get ready to start the second half of action. The Bulldogs will get the football here to start quarter number 3. Lamar's and Spencer are tied at 7 to open district play in Class 4A District 1. It's been a fun football contest to this point. Looking forward to a fun finish here tonight. Bulldogs will get the second half kickoff, and we're ready to go. Eli Hookfin sends a high right-footed end-over-end kick. Tegan Bogue takes the kickoff at the 12 and takes up to the left numbers. 25-30. He hurdles a man and gets across the 30 to the 33 and the 34-yard line. Bulldogs have some decent field position and will start this drive from their own 34.
Yeah, and really, we've been blessed with good field position all night. And blessed makes it sound like we didn't do anything right, but it's because our defense has been doing such a good job and our special teams have gotten us out here. So this will be probably our worst field position of the night, but it's still been pretty good.
It's yeah, we'll take this if this is the worst field position of the night. Kazel with a give. It's Jude Doherty up in between the hashes with a carry to the right side for 5 yards to the 39. That'll set up 2nd and 5.
It's a great play. Great job coming out right away, going back to what was working in the first half on that drive. And I just have a feeling we're going to see a lot of stuff between the tackles from Jude Doherty.
And that would be all right with me. Some power football is beautiful. 2nd and 5 from the 39. Kazel, screen pass left, goes to Fafita, gets a good block from Carpenter. Left sideline, 45-50, across the 45. He's out of bounds right at the 45 of Spencer. What a pickup for 16 yards for Andrew Fafita. He'll get all the credit, but Cole Carpenter laid a great block.
Wow, that was almost one of those where you're afraid he was so physical he's going to get a penalty, but that was great.
1st and 10 now with the Spencer 45 after the 16-yard screen. Handoff up the middle, Jude Doherty knifes his way through, keeps his feet moving to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Yep, and they've kind of gone to up the middle, get to the edge, up the middle, get to the edge, and that's what we talked about. Now they start cheating, and what are they going to do? Don't be surprised to see some sort of a pump to the outside because we've hit that screen a couple times to Andrew and see if we can get one up the side.
2nd and 5 at the Tiger 40-yard line and a tie ball game at 7. 2 receivers either side. Kazel gives up the left seam. Joe Doherty picks up a first down to the 33-yard line of Spencer. A gain of 7 and a first down for Lamars.
Great job by Jude getting vertical there and again, keeping those shoulders square, getting upfield, staying on the line, and we really got some momentum going now.
Yeah, they are moving the football. A couple of first downs right out of the get-go. And the Bulldogs line things up. Kazel's in the gun, a couple of men in the backfield. He motions Cole Carpenter out of there, hands it off up the middle to Doherty. He gets spun around in the pile and picks up just a yard of the Spencer 32. That'll set up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that was not quite the 5 or 6, but a good run nonetheless.
And just a gain of a yard there for Jude Doherty. He's been running the football well. 2nd down and 9 here for Lamars at the Spencer 32. 10-12 to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs and Tigers are tied at 7. Here is Kazel in the gun, and the Tigers are creeping up. Kazel keeps around the right side, and he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tigers had that one read well. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they really haven't given Teagan much room to do anything tonight. You know, they've given up quite a bit to Giovanni and Jude, but not so much to Teagan. So there's still plenty of game left, and he'll have his opportunities. But this 3rd and 9 is a big one. We really need a score here to start this second half.
Yeah, big 3rd down and 9. Doherty motions out of the backfield. Empty look. Kazel looks right now. Throws into single coverage left side. Over the top to Fafita. And Kazel just barely underthrew him. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th and 9 for the Dogs.
He did underthrow him a little bit, but Andrew has to make that catch.
Yeah.
It's got to be his in the air. It's your ball in the air. He kind of just let it come to him, and that allowed the defender to come back to it a little bit because it was slightly underthrown. Teagan has to get it out there, and if you're going to overthrow him, you're going to overthrow him. Let the big body go up, use his arms and go get it, but then Andrew has to be the physical athlete that he can and go get it.
This broadcast of Bulldog Football on KLEM brought to you by Exit Realty Midwest, Campbell's Rental and Repair, Siouxland Glass, Kylie Petty, Realtor at Century 21 ProLink, JMac Construction, and Universal Windows Direct. Ahead of a 4th and 9, Ken Vigdahl uses his first timeout of the second half. We'll take the timeout as well and be back with a 4th down and 9 play at the Spencer 32 after this on KLEM.
South Greenview Estates is a peaceful living space located across from Willow Creek Golf Course in Lamars. Check out their 55-plus apartments. For a private showing, call 548-7424. For more details, check out their Facebook page, South Greenview Estates in Lamars.
The Lamars Agri Center, your local source for Scott's lawn products, top-performing Kent feed products, a full line of agronomic inputs, bulk grass seed, bird feeders, bulk bird feed, and outstanding service. The Lamars Agri Center, your source for everything that grows. Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamars. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
This is Mitchell Bartman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Dale Norton Field in Spencer alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Bulldogs use their first time out of the second half and now face 4th and 9. Some shifts in the formation. It's an unbalanced line to the right. Kazel goes under center. Very unbalanced line. Kazel gives. It's a double reverse, and the Tigers had it red. It was blown up in the backfield. Jaden Nelson brought down for a big loss. The stop made by Gabe Van Otterloo as well as Nolan Johnson. The big loss of the play will turn the ball over on downs, and Spencer's going to get it at their own 38.
Yeah, that was the first time we've seen it not be as successful. And you know, now that maybe they've seen it, now it might be time for Jude to keep that on that side and see what happens. And because I think they crashed so hard, he might have been able to go around that left side for a long ways.
So 9:05 left to play in the third quarter. The Bulldogs denied on downs, and Spencer takes over the football. 1st and 10. Burning goes under center, and he takes a snap. Gives around the right side. A fumble football. The Dogs are on it. Chase Peterson recovers the football at the 36-yard line. A bad handoff, and the Mars will get the football right back at the Tiger 36.
And that's what we talked about in the first half, didn't we? Or at halftime, anyways. Like those balls, they didn't go to them. In the first half. They held on to everything, and now we have an opportunity after the turnover.
A huge opportunity. Lamar's gets the football right back, and we'll see if they can take advantage of it now. That's the biggest thing. Now at the Tiger 36-yard line, Kazel gives up the middle. Giovanni Kabongo carries for 4 yards to the 31-yard line. They'll give him 5, I should say, and it'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, Giovanni wanted to dance a little bit there in the backfield, and I think his foot slipped, and he just decided, you know what, the best move for me right now is get vertical, and I think that's just what we're going to have to do. Stay pounding on him, get vertical. They're going to stop us every once in a while, but we have to stay vertical.
So the Bulldogs catch a break. They pick up their first fumble or first turnover of the second half on defense. 2nd and 5 now for the Dogs. Kazel lines up in the gun. 2 receivers right and 1 receiver left. Kazel takes the snap. He fakes the give and keeps following the block of Giovanni Kabongo for 6 yards to the 25 on a straight quarterback run for 6 and a Bulldog first down.
And you could see young Jamie Sitzman's out there. He's getting reps all over the place, and it's new. He's been playing quarterback, and now Tegan sent him in motion, and he didn't quite know where to go, but he stayed out of the way. Tegan did the rest of it.
1st down and 10 for the Dogs at the Tiger 24. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, tied at 7. Kazel gives Kabongo up the right seam. He gets into the red zone to the 19 and to the 18-yard line. He picks up 6, maybe 7 to bring up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, we're just physically imposing ourselves right now, which is excellent to see. We're going to have to make the right call at the right time if we're going to make a pass, because they are going to start creeping up.
And value possession of the football, too. A few turnovers here in this end of the field. A handoff left side. Kabongo picks up a 1st down and more to the left seam across the 15 to the 14. He breaks the tackle, stays on his feet to the 12. He picks up another 3 yards to the 11. A hard-earned 7 yards will move the chains for a Bulldog first down.
Part of me was thinking, just go down. Let's not fumble that ball. But, you know, he's seeing Jude run over people, run through people, run around people, and he wants a little piece of the action.
Understandably so. He's had a great night. 60 yards on 9 carries to this point. 1st and 10 for Lamar's at the Spencer 11-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left as Kazel takes the snap, fakes the give. Kabongo. He knifes his way through traffic. It's a race to the pylon to the 5. He's into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. Tegan Kazel carries toward the left pylon for his 4th touchdown run of the year. And the Bulldogs go up 13-7 on Spencer midway through the third.
Great patience by Tegan. It goes unnoticed how he just kind of stood back there and let everything develop. And it's not easy when everything's collapsing around you. And he found the hole to the left, scampered to the pylon, touchdown Bulldogs.
And the Dogs have their first lead tonight. Giovanni Kabongo tries to tack on the point after, and he will without any problem. Your score now with 7:02 to play in quarter number 3. It is Lamar's 14, Spencer 7. We're back to see how the Tigers answer after this on KLEM.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle.
And the blow dry is to die for. It always leaves my exterior sleek and shiny.
My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spot treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamar's.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
This is Andrew Fafita, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, we welcome you back here to Dale Norton Field in Spencer alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. The Bulldogs pick up their first points of the second half. It comes off of a turnover. Fumble recovery by Chase Peterson sets the Bulldogs up, and a few plays later, Tegan Kazel scampers in for an 11-yard touchdown run, and the Dogs lead 14-7 on Spencer. 7:02 to play in the third quarter. Now Giovanni Kabongo gets that cannon of a right leg into the football, and the kick will go into the end zone for a touchback. Spencer's going to get this ball at their own 20-yard line. Boy, Gabe, it goes back to what we were talking about. Those bounces weren't going Lamar's way in the first half. They go their way in the second half with a turnover and pick up some points.
Yeah, absolutely, and they did exactly what they needed to. They just pounded it, got right into where they needed to, got the points that they needed, and now it's that the defense gets to step up, and they're frothing. They got a turnover last play. They're ready to go, and Spencer knows they can't fall behind because their offense is not designed for that.
And they haven't scored yet offensively tonight as well. 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff left side. Camden Young got the hole, but Jaden Nelson with a great stop in the open field after a pickup of 4 will bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and got some adjustments in there. Now it looks like Tegan Bogue playing some cornerback on the top side, which then moves Chase Peterson to the dog, which allowed him to get on that last fumble. So a little bit of movement, a little bit of changing, but everybody's just got to make sure that they tackle and keep them in front.
2nd down and 6 from the 24. Burning goes under center for the Tigers, and he takes the snap, and he gives to the down back. Camden Young picks up a 1st down, and keeping his momentum going all the way to the 35-yard line. He got tripped up initially at the line of scrimmage, but kept stumbling forward for 11 yards and a Tiger 1st down.
Yeah, and that was fortunate. If that was Christian Cook who got a hand on him in the backfield and kind of turned him sideways, and he karaoke'd really out there past the 1st down. If Christian can just come down the line a little bit quicker, he's going to tackle that in the backfield.
1st and 10 now for the Tigers. Their first moving of the chains in the second half at their own 35. Burning goes under center. Sends a man in the backfield. Keeps it himself on the option. Picks up 2 yards to the 37.
They dropped the ball.
Oh, Lamar's came out with it, but they're going to say he's down by contact. Evan Jalis came out with a football. It's just a 2-yard gain, saying down by contact. It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I think that might have come out. I thought I saw it, but then it took a little bit, but whatever. Now you got to live to play 2nd down. You're 2nd and 8. Keep them back here. If they get a couple, you can live with it. But keep them at 3rd and 6 and 7. That's where they need to be.
Yeah, because they're, again, we talked about it. They're predicated on getting 3.5 yards a down to move the chains. If you keep them behind the schedule, you're sitting pretty good. 2nd and 8 now. Burning gives to the down back. It is Camden Young who picks up 4 yards to the 41-yard line with a straight-ahead run in between the tackles, and now that sets up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and this is where they become a little bit more dangerous. They're probably going to continue to run the ball because that's what they do, but they might have 4 downs here.
Right.
They're that type of team that when they get it to, 4th and 1, they'll go for it.
Yeah, with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter, it kind of feels like Spencer needs to really make something happen offensively because they haven't done that for 2.5 quarters. 3rd and 4 from the 41. The Bulldogs lead 14-7. Burning goes under center, and he takes a snap, keeps, pitches late right side. This will be a 1st down across the 45 to the 47-yard line. A late pitch to Weston Johnson gets them 6 yards on the option and a 1st down near midfield.
If my memory serves me right, I think that's the first pitch that they've gotten to. Every other time, quarterbacks kept it or they've handed it to that 1st back. So now they're going to look to maybe do that and see if we get out of our lanes and see if they can get a big one. But continue making them drive. They will make a mistake.
So 1st and 10 now for Spencer at their own 47-yard line. The Bulldog defense allowing a couple of 1st downs on this possession. Tigers moving the ball well now. Burning under center. 3 men in the backfield as per usual. Taking the snap, and it's a straight option pitch right side. Weston Johnson run out of bounds by Tegan Bogue with a nice tackle for a loss of a yard to the 46. It'll set up 2nd and 11.
Nolan Cass was also there. That's twice now. You can tell that now they're trying to get to the pitch a little bit more, and they're always trying to stay one step ahead of you if they can. So 2nd and 12 is not where they want to be, though.
Yeah, to further prove your point, it's just a few times that Bruning, number one, kept it after faking a handoff in the first half. And number two, I don't think he even pitched it, but he had that option back a couple of times. He'd always turn it up the seam and try and pick up whatever he could. But now pitching it twice on the last two plays. One a first down, one a loss of a yard, and now he keeps again around the left side. The ball's loose this time. This time it's a fumble. It looks like Aiden Hogue's got it, and he does. They have not made a signal. Officially, they do. First down, Bulldogs. Another fumble for Cale Bruning at the 48-yard line, and Lamar's takes over in the middle of the field.
Yep. You know, if an option team, they're content running a bunch of plays, but with the ball and how it's moving around from player to player, if you make them run a lot of plays, they're bound to make a mistake eventually. They're kids. They're human, you know. So now's another opportunity for the Bulldogs to keep shoulders square and just pound it right back at them.
Yeah, another opportunity as well to go up 2 scores here in this first couple of minutes of the first half. It's Tegan Kazel lining up in the gun, and now we got a whistle. And we have a timeout for Spencer. Now flag is thrown on the near side of the field. Let's see what the call is from our White Hat.
It's got to be offsides. You can't call anything.
I sure hope. No, it is a false start on the Dogs. Well, some movement is going to move the initial line of scrimmage back to the 48-yard line.
Missed it.
Yep. Well, 5-yard penalty. It's been a very clean night as far as penalties are concerned. Only a handful of them combined. 3:53 to go in the third quarter. Lamar's 14, Spencer 7. The Bulldogs now 1st and 15 at their own 48. 2 receivers left. Kazel fakes the give, and he gets blown up for a big loss. Miles Robbins spins him down back at his own 43. It's a loss of 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 20.
Yeah, we pulled there. I think maybe that was Drew that tried to pull across there and just couldn't quite square him up. The defender did a great job of keeping that outside arm free, and when you do that, you force Tegan to go inside. He didn't want to, and so went right into the arms of the defender.
2nd down and 20 now for the Bulldogs at their own 43. Straight handoff right side. Doherty sheds a tackle across the 45, up the right seam. He gets to midfield. Gets a lot of that yardage back, a 7-yard gain, but they're still left with 3rd and 13.
Yeah, and it's not a position you really want to be in, but with how Lamar's has played defense, if you can get it within 4th and 5, you might try. Now, you might not because you pin him deep and Tyson pins it with inside the 5. You're also liking that, but at least you give yourself some options.
2:57 to play in the third. It's 14-7 Lamar's. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Kazel, helmet high snap and a 3-step drop out of the gun. He's rolling to his right. He's going to run up the sideline, up the numbers, 45-40, and he gets a first down, slides down to the 35-yard line. A carry for 15 on the scramble by Kazel. The Bulldogs have a first down.
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling at the officials over here on this side, and that doesn't help.
Nope, it does not.
I tried it once, and it doesn't help. So
are we sure it's once?
Just one time.
Just one time.
That's it. Ask anybody there. It was one time.
1st and 10 here at the Tiger 35. The Tigers bring the house, and they give up the middle. Jude Doherty, he gets stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, great job. And you can tell Spencer's frustrated a little bit, and they're really coming. If we can change the snap count, we're going to get them off sides. If we can get them going in one direction and come back the other, they're susceptible right now to their aggression, and that could cause a big play for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, because what they bring, I think about 8 on that on that play. Yeah, they are really trying to stop the Bulldog running attack because it has been good all night. 2nd and 10 from the Tiger 35. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Kazel's in the gun. He motions Sitzman in the backfield, fakes the give to him. Patiently looking for a hole. It didn't develop. He loses 3 yards back of the 38. A pride of Tigers bring him down for a loss to bring up 3rd and 13.
Nice, a pride of Tigers. I like that.
I don't know if that was right, actually.
You know what? Someone will let us know, but it sounded darn good, so I like it. A minute and a half left here, and now the Bulldogs are again in a 3rd and long, which hasn't been happening very often, but when it has, we actually got out of it last time. We'll see what happens here and see what the Dogs try to do. You're not in Giovanni territory right now, field goal wise, and you gain 7 or 8 yards, you don't punt that, so it could be 4 downs.
3rd and 13 from the Tiger 38. 3 receivers left and 1 right. It's a belt high snap for Kazel and a 3-step drop. The pocket's collapsing. He rolls out to his right, being chased, throws toward the sideline, throws short of late. Cass. And Kazel got hit late toward the sideline. No penalty thrown. The pass was short of Cass. It'll be 4th and 13. And now here comes the punting unit for the Dogs.
Yeah, Tegan was running around. He started to go. He just couldn't get enough on it as Cass came across the field. So looking to pin them deep, making them go the distance here.
Minute 3 seconds to go in the third. 14-7 Lamar's lead. Spencer here in a Class 4A District 1 contest, the first week of district play in 4A. Tyson Augustine trying to pin him inside the 5, and he gets a right-footed knuckling kick. A lot of angle on it, and the ball is fumbled. The ball's fumbled inside the 5-yard line. Who is on it? The one. It's still free in the end zone.
Safety.
Spencer now dives on it. Is this going to be a safety or a touchback? Boy, the punt was muffed inside the 5. They rule a touchback. The fumble rolled all the way to the back of the end zone, and the Tigers dove on it for a touchback. And now Spencer's going to get the 20. It is a touchback. What a tough break. It was going to be a fair catch inside the 5. He muffed the kick return, or the punt return. The ball squirted to the back of the end zone at about 8 yards deep, and Spencer recovered for a touchback. The Tigers will get it at the 20 with 57 seconds left to play in the third.
I wonder when that becomes a touchback, because when you kick it into the end zone, it's automatically a touchback. But if it's muffed into the end zone,
it's a good question.
Is it automatically when it crosses the line, or how does that go? Because we actually ended up pushing it in there. So it's something I'll have to figure out. Maybe I'll get some messages about it, but here goes the defense.
Bruning around the right side keeps, and a tackle went forward for a couple of yards. Looked like it was Jailus there on the stop. 2-yard carry for Bruning. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Gosh, that's one of those plays that you just really, if it goes the other way, we're either sitting on the 1 or 2 yard line or in the end zone with points, and it just hasn't gone our way. And those haven't been fortunate the last couple weeks, but we'll make it work. Defense is out there playing great.
The defense has been fantastic tonight as the clock gets to 25 seconds left in the third. Probably going to be the last play from scrimmage in the third quarter. 2nd down and 8 of the 22. Bruning goes under center, and he gives to the dive back. It is Camden Young for a 5-yard power run to the 28. It'll give him 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for Spencer.
And that'll take us to our quarter. Good stick by Tegan Bogue. You love seeing the young guys come in and not be afraid to mix it up. And Tegan's athletic. He's going to be an impact player for sure down the road, but he's having to make an impact right now.
And that will end quarter number 3. The score, Lamar's 14, Spencer 7. We head to the final 12 minutes of this contest from Dale Norton Field in Spencer. Join us for the fourth quarter when we come back here on KLEM Radio.
Plymouth Awards and Engraving is a proud sponsor of local athletics. For all of your custom awards and engraving needs, visit Plymouth Awards and Engraving at 130 4th Avenue Northeast in Lamars. You are sure to find that perfect gift for anyone at Plymouth Awards and Engraving.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Evan Jalis, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Dale Norton Field in Spencer alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. We start the fourth quarter. Spencer is 3rd and 2 at their own 28-yard line. Bruning the snap, gives left side. That's Adrian Carrillo, who kept his momentum going after the initial hit to pick up 4 yards to the 32. It'll be a first down for Spencer to start quarter number 4.
Yep, and we haven't seen a bunch of him. He's played a lot of defense, Carrillo has, but he has not played a whole lot of offense.
Yeah, just 4 carries for 25 yards here on the night for Carrillo. And again, you mentioned in the pregame, you mentioned a couple of times, he ran for almost, about 1,200 yards last year as the top feature back for the Tigers. So 1st and 10 for Spencer, down 14-7 as we start the fourth quarter. Early movements will blow the play dead, and a false start penalty will set up 1st and 15 for Spencer.
It's hard to tell sometimes because there's so much movement with what they do. They put someone in motion all the time. They'll do a little boomerang motion. They're all over the place. But when a guy in number 70 moves or 79, whatever, then that's usually a hint that that's not legal.
Yeah, 5, 6, or 7 is the first digit. You got to watch for them to move. And That definitely happened that time. So 1st and 15 here for Spencer. Ball's at their own 27-yard line, right in the middle of the field in between the hashes. 3-man backfield, 1 receiver split out wide to the right. Tight end right side is Burning is under center. It's a pitch play right. Weston Johnson up the right numbers across the 30. He gets 2 hands on the football
and nervous.
Fights his way forward to the 33. Pickup of 6, gets that yardage back plus a couple to set up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I think he was he heard Aiden Hogue coming, and he just kind of crumbled. He was a little nervous about the whole situation. He covered the ball with both hands and then just kind of went down and slid down on his own. He didn't really want any contact.
To be fair, I wouldn't want to be hit by Aiden Hogue either.
No. I mean, from up here, he doesn't look that big. But, yeah, down there, I'm sure he is.
You stand next to him, he's a big boy.
Yes, for sure.
2nd and 8 of the 34 here for Spencer. Ball's on the right seam now. It is Burning under center. It's a pitch play left this time. This is Jack Barons up the left seam to the 35, and Jaden Nelson brings him down. Just a pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Spencer.
You know, and Jaden made the tackle, and a great open field tackle, which is what you have to do against the Spencer team that's running the option. But the play was made by Chase Peterson, setting that edge, forcing it back in. If he gets outside, Jaden's not making that play. So by getting to that outside, forcing him back in, it allowed Jaden to make that tackle and force a 3rd and long for them.
Already 2 minutes gone in the 4th quarter, 10 minutes to play, 14-7. Lamar's lead Spencer. 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers of their own 36.
Pass.
It's a play action. Burning, rolling to his right. He gets hit as he throws to the right sideline. Caught at the stick at the 42-yard line. Hit out of bounds on the play is Dalton Flickema at the 41.5-yard line. Oh, my goodness, that's close. That is very close. That ball is touching the 42-yard line. And this is going to have to be a measurement.
That's a very generous spot. Holy
generous
cow.
for Lamar's. Yeah, no kidding. They're going to have to take a look at this one. And
they're going to give him a 1st down, but that.
No, they're going to bring the measurement out.
I don't think he was at the 42. I think he came back to the ball, caught it at the 40, and maybe got to the 41.
Right.
Very generous spot there before he was pushed out of bounds.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting spot. While we have a little bit of time while they bring the chains out, let's thank our sponsors for bringing you Bulldog football on KLEM, like Arnold Motor Supply, MRK Insurance, State Farm Insurance Agent Michael Crank, Timmons Construction, Lamar's Knights of Columbus, Perspective Insurance, Wilchin Brothers Construction, Connected Electric South, Sitzman Real Estate Team, Old Glory Roofing, and South Greenview Estates. As they extend the chains, that ball is touching the down marker, and it is a 1st down for Spencer.
Yeah, that's
by about a 1/3 of the football's length.
That's unfortunate.
Very tough break, and the Tigers are going to move the chains. Now the fresh set of downs. We also want to thank our video sponsors making our broadcast here on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel possible, like Northwest Bank, Pease Pizza House, Easy Clean Car Wash, and Julie Hurd, Realtor at Century 21 ProLink. So the Tigers move the chains on a 3rd down, 1st and 10 here for Spencer at their own 42. It is Burning going under center again. 3-man backfield, receiver right. He takes a snap and gives to the dive back. Nowhere to go for Adrian Carrillo. A number of Bulldogs bring him down for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming.
It's really been nice to see Christian Cook kind of make a name for himself here the last few weeks. He was a young kid that I think got on a couple things maybe last year special teams wise and did a few things, but this year as a junior, he's really become someone that's important as part of the defense.
So 2nd and 10 upcoming for Spencer. 9:12 to play in regulation. 14-7 Lamar's. The Tigers under center. It is a fake handoff. Keeper on the left side on the option. Bruning picks up 5 yards to the 47-yard line on the keeper, and that'll bring up 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, and there you could see, I thought maybe he'd pitch that because it looked like they may have gotten the edge, but he kept it himself. Third and about 4 or 5 maybe, and forcing them to go more than 3rd and 2 is going to be huge.
Spencer has all 3 timeouts remaining. Lamar's used 1 in the early part of the 3rd quarter, so we got to keep that in mind as we go throughout the rest of this game. 8:34 to play in regulation. 14-7 Lamar's. 3rd down and 5 from the Tiger 47. Burning under center, fakes the give to the dive back, whistle, and now do we have a timeout for Spencer? Or a flag is thrown. False start on the Tigers, a huge 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd down and 10 as the Tigers go back to their own 42.
And that's just not, I mean, he was going to pass there, but it's not what they want to do. They're not comfortable with it, and really the last pass he completed, he was running for his life. We had a host of Bulldogs back there. So now 3rd and 10, get a stop here, get the ball back, go score and end this thing.
3rd down and 10 here for Spencer from their own 42-yard line. See if Lamar's can do just that. Come up with a stop, get their defense off the field, and start churning the clock away. It is Bruning in the shotgun. 3 receivers right. He takes the knee-high snap and a 3-step drop. He didn't get his foot set. Throws deep over the right sideline. Overthrew his man, and a flag is thrown.
No way.
Flag is thrown from behind the play.
No way.
Tegan Bogue guarding the receiver, Brady Freeman.
He had his hands in the air.
And this is not looking good for the Dogs. Well, they are looking to Lamar's side of the field. It is a defensive pass interference, though. 15-yard penalty, and it will be a 1st down for Spencer.
No, I'll say it a million times. I'm biased and I'm a Bulldog fan, but I was watching Tegan that whole time. He got wrapped up with him, initiated by the receiver, and then put his hands in the air. He's even telling the official, I put my hands in the air.
Yeah.
And sometimes calls happen on sidelines because other people are asking for them. Got to keep moving on.
1st and 10 now for the Tigers up to the Bulldog 43-yard line. It is a pitch play around the right side. Miles Robin is met by a number of Bulldogs, initially by Aiden Hogan, Mitchell Parkman. He loses 2 back to the 45. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Great job. I'm not quite sure. They had a lot of guys out in the open, but no one blocked those 2. And it doesn't do you a whole lot of good to beat your running back down to the end zone because he has the ball. So now it's going to be a 2nd and 12. Bulldogs are going to have to get a stop here. But the thing about it is they're running a ton of time off the clock.
It's already down to 7:30 to play in regulation. Again, the Bulldogs lead 14-7 over Spencer in the opener of district play. 2nd and 12 from the Bulldog 45-yard line. Under center, it is a fake pitch. Bruning looks to throw left side, and he had no footing to throw it off his back foot to Carrillo. Throws it way short into the flats. It's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 12 up next.
He was very fortunate to get enough torque on his upper body to throw that because he had no cleats in the ground.
No.
Poor guy just got back there, and there was pressure from that top side from none other than Alex Allen, but there was no way he could get anything on that. I think if he does, Chase Peterson might intercept that thing because he was right there.
Yeah, I think it might be a fortunate thing that he didn't get enough on the pass. 3rd down and 12 upcoming, and all I'll say is ball doesn't lie here right now. The Bulldog defense is making a lot of great plays. Yeah, timeout's called. The play clock was down to 6 seconds, so Spencer uses their first timeout of the second half. It comes with 7:14 to play in the ballgame. 14-7, Lamar's leads Spencer. We're back with the 3rd down and 12 play after this timeout here on KLEM.
It's the corner for fashion. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's. For men's, young men's, and ladies' clothing, a shoe department, and formal wear too. In-store alterations, gift cards, and personal service. Clausen's on the corner downtown Lamar's.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's in Akron.
This is Nolan Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back here to Dale Norton Field in Spencer alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. Happy to bring you this district opener from Spencer. Lamar's currently leads the Spencer Tigers 14-7. 7 minutes and 14 seconds remain in regulation here in this ball game. Spencer has 3rd down and a dozen for the Bulldog 45, and they line up in the shotgun. Cale Bruning with 3 receivers to his left and 1 receiver right. Now he motions the back out of the backfield. 4 receiver look to the left side of the formation, including Adrian Carrillo. On 3rd and a dozen, they throw a screen pass backwards. That's a fumble. It's going to roll out of bounds at the Tiger 45-yard line. They lose 10 yards on the fumble. It'll be 4th and a mile, and now the Tigers will have to punt it.
Oof.
Yeah, they were looking to find Dylan Timmer, that backup quarterback again. We saw that earlier in the first half, and that play hasn't worked twice now.
Yeah, and it's just for a team that doesn't really air it out. It's a tough play to run for teams that do. And then, like I said, with the conditions and a team that, he's got to turn his body all the way around. That's a tough play. Didn't work. Bulldogs should get the ball.
7:09 to
Barring
play,
anything
4th
weird
and
here.
22. Here's a right-footed
Nice punt.
spiraling kick and a fair catch signaled and hung on to by Tegan Bogue at his own 15-yard line. Tegan Bogue fields the fair catch punt at his own 15, and Lamar's will start with a football. Wait a minute, we've got a player down.
Player down, yep.
Not a penalty. I don't believe the clock ran on that punt, which is another one of my pet peeves as we get some home clock operation here tonight. I believe it was supposed to keep running as well on the backward pass because that was a fumble, not an incomplete pass, but the clock was not running in between plays. But now we've got an injured Tiger on the field after the punt. Again, Lamar's is going to get the football at their own 15. 7:02 remaining in regulation. 14-7 Lamar's. Bulldogs have the ball after this break. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
This is Ken Bigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM KLEM.
We welcome you back to Spencer alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteeg with you. Garrett Wirtz walks off the field under his own power after getting dinged up. He's twisting that neck around after the punt play that puts Lamar's at their own 15, and now they'll take over the football. 7:02 to play in regulation. Tegan Kazel lining up in the shotgun. He turns and gives to his left and carrying for nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Was that Jude Doherty?
That was Giovanni, I believe.
Giovanni, yes. Giovanni Kabongo. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Bulldogs are just gonna have to stay square, get a couple first downs, and you're gonna put Spencer in a position where they're really going to have to hurry things up and do things they're not comfortable with.
The Tigers have just 2 timeouts remaining in this second half. 6:34 to play, 2nd and 10. Kazel fakes the give. He wants to keep all around the left side. He gets to the 20. There's a flag thrown. Kazel's going to take it up the left sideline, 35-40. He's tripped up and brought down for a pickup of 25, but a penalty marker down behind the play. It's going to be a hold, and the Bulldogs will lose the yardage. And
I'm going to guess that's on Drew, by the way. He's looking back saying, me? I've seen Drew do that a couple times.
Both Aiden and Drew are looking back at this white hat. And that is Drew. So half the distance to the goal, penalty on the hold. We'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it about 17, as they'll have to take about 7.5 yards back on half the distance to the goal.
I'm not going to say that was from the previous play, but Drew got talked to on the previous play, and it just so happens he gets called on that one. So sometimes that happens. The play clocks have gone out, so now you'll notice that the official in the back will hold his hand up because it's going to come down to something. He'll hold his hand up with, I believe, 10 seconds left, and that will signal – if we're trying to run the clock out, what's happening there.
Here is Kazel, gives right side, and Kabongo breaks it free across the 10 to the 15, and he's going to be stood up in forward progress at the 16. He gets those yards back, an 8-yard carry, bring up 3rd and 9. Yeah,
just keep going.
Right. It was the to expand on what you were talking about earlier. The north play clock had gone out. The south play clock was still functional, but now the south play clock is unoperational as well. So both play clocks are done. So yes, you will see the umpires raise his hand, give a warning for 10, and then they usually count it down from 5. So it is 3rd down and 9. Kazel fakes the handoff. He keeps trying to knife his way forward, and he picks up 3 yards to the 19-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 6, so the Bulldogs will have to punt it back.
Well, and we had a great run. Tegan gets out to the 35 or 40, but we have a holding call, and really that's a time where you just have to do your best to stay in front, occupy them, and then don't get anything goofy. Those penalties will come back to haunt you. Now, Tyson, we need one out of you here, bud.
Officially, that penalty goes as a 7-yard penalty, but functionally, it's a 32-yard penalty. And now Augustine gets into one. That punt is muffed, picked up at the 46-yard line, and trying to run right side. What a huge hit. Dylan Timmer gets clocked on the play. That was Quinn Lasky who made a huge hit on Timmer on the punt return. Timmer slow to get up after a huge hit. And Lamar's will have first and 10, or Spencer will have first and 10 at their own 39.
And you know what? I saw Quinn Lasky earlier. He's running down on kickoff. This is a senior. And
yes,
this goes for anybody that's listening, if anyone is still listening to me. But this kid, he doesn't play on offense and defense. He takes that pride and makes big plays on special teams every single week as a senior. Tip of the cap to Quinn Lasky there.
4:53 left in regulation. Tigers down a score on first and 10. Handoff up the middle. It's Carrillo up the right seam, and he's tackled down by Mitchell Bartman to the 43-yard line. A pickup of 4, We'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Yep, and they're going to probably feed Carrillo here for a little bit because they do have 2 guys banged up over here. They have number 2, number 6, and the last couple plays have been kind of stung, so they are going to be hurting a little bit there in the backfield. And Carrillo, even if he's got a bad leg, now's the time he's got to go.
Yeah, the Tigers probably don't want to be messing around too much. 4:24 to play in the game. 2nd and 6 from the Tiger 43. 3 men in the backfield. Tight end left side, receiver left side. It is Bruning under center, and they fake the handoff. Bruning keeps up the right side. He's got a first down across the 45 to midfield into the Bulldog 49-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards and a first down for Spencer.
Yeah, that was just a nice play. He never got to the outside. We really cut off the outside edge. I think that was Nolan Cass there that turned him back in. If he gets to the outside edge, it might be a little bit different. He was able to cut it up. Teagan, made the stick, and now we're under 4 minutes.
Yeah, that clock cannot tick any faster at this point. 14-7, Lamar's leads. 3:50 and counting left in the ball game. First and 10 of the Bulldog 39. It is Bruning giving to the dive back, picking up 4-5 yards and more for Carrillo as he's wrestled down finally by Jaden Nelson. Did the ball come out?
We
it's
ripped the
Carrillo
ball
and Nelson fighting for it at the 41-yard line.
We had the ball.
Nelson
we
has
ripped it as he came down to the ground.
They are not going to say it's a fumble.
I saw it right. It right away.
8-yard gain.
He came down. Carrillo did not have the ball. Oh, that's another unfortunate one.
Big break for Spencer. They pick up 8 and don't lose the ball. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Bulldogs gonna have to buckle down here.
At the Bulldog 41, 3:10 to go. Bruning under center. 3-man backfield, receiver right, tight end right. He takes the snap, has an option pitch around the right side. Aiden Ho gets called for the horse collar or face mask as he brings him down high for a loss of a yard. But that loss of a yard will be temporary.
Yeah, I'll defend our Bulldogs as much as I can, but there's no. I can't do that one.
You can't defend that one.
Aiden didn't do anything on purpose. He just had high hands. I mean, it was nothing intentional. It happens both sides all the time. But
it's a face mask penalty for 15 yards and a first down now for Spencer. They're going to get all the way to the Bulldog 27.
And you know what? I guess if there's a group that I want out there, if the game's on the line, it's going to be this group.
It is.
You know, this defensive group, nothing against the offense, but the last couple – all season, really, the offense has been doing some great things, but defense has always stepped up, and this is another opportunity for that.
Under 3 minutes to go, 1st and 10 of the 26. Handoff left side. Carrillo is wrestled down for a pickup of 2 yards to the 25. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And it's just they're gonna keep going. They're gonna find an opportunity to throw maybe one more pass if we can sit back on it, intercept it, and end it. Otherwise, they're going to keep just trying to run the ball 2-3 yards at a time.
Yeah, at this point, it's going to come down to, can the Bulldogs make a stop, or does Spencer score? Because there's not going to be any time left once this drive is over. Score or no score. 2nd and 8 from the Bulldog 25. Bruning, the give to Carrillo. He was met right away as he got the handoff. He is able to fall forward for a yard to the 24 to bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and that's an opportunity. I think the quarterback wanted to keep it. I think Bruning wanted to keep it, and Carrillo, the senior, says, nope, I'm going to try to get what I can. And it didn't happen. Alex Allen was right there. Now we're at the 2-minute mark and a big 3rd down.
Are we sure there's not 5 Alex Allens on the field?
Isn't that something?
He's in on every play. 3rd and 7 here at the Bulldog 24. The Dogs stack the box. There's 11 man there on the line. Bruning fakes the pass. Play action. Throws right side. It's caught. And getting to the 20 is Jack Behrens. He trips up in bounds. Where are they going to spot it? They keep it going. He's out of bounds of the 17. He got 7 yards, and that's going to be a first down to the completion of Behrens.
Oh, great. I don't know who was out there. Just couldn't quite get enough of him to keep him in his spot. But we're going to run down here, and the Bulldogs will they need one stop. Come on, dogs. One stop.
Just one stop. Minute 44 to go. Spencer still has 2 timeouts remaining at their disposal. And now into the red zone, down 14-7 to your Bulldogs. 1st and 10 of the 17. Burning under center. He gives to Carrillo. Fakes the give to Carrillo. He spun around and brought down by Evan Jalis. Back at the 20-yard line. It's a loss of 2. They'll say the 19 to bring up 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and Evan Jalis they've kind of moved him around a little bit tonight. He's played that weak side defensive end, or the short side defensive end. They've kind of bounced him back and forth a little bit, and then they move Aiden Hogue inside.
Clock's running at a minute 20 to go. 14-7 Lars. 2nd and 12 from the Bulldog 19. Burning under center. Pitch play left to Behrens. He's trying to get off tackle. Cuts up the left seam. He's going to get that yardage back to the 16. A carry for 3 for Jack Behrens. It'll be 3rd down and about 9, and now a timeout here for Spencer. Man, what a game this has been to this point. A timeout for Spencer, their second charge timeout of the half. It's 14-7 in favor of Lamar's with a minute 4 to go. We'll take a break and back with more Bulldog football after this. Big 3rd down play coming up on KLEM.
Prime Bank is pleased to support educational opportunities at Galen Catholic and Lamar's community. We're proud to support our students in the classroom, on the playing field, in the band room, on stage, or in any extracurricular activity. Prime Bank works hard to help all of our children excel in their endeavors.
Member FDIC.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
This is Bo Wadley, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, we welcome you back to Spencer. The game kind of comes down to the next couple of plays. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Minute 4 to play in regulation. Your Bulldogs lead Spencer 14-7. It's 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers at the Bulldogs' 16-yard line. Cale Burning goes up under center. Ball's on the left hash. 3 men in the backfield, tight end either side. He takes a snap, play action, dropping a throw, pump fakes. He's rolling to his left. He's still looking to throw. He evades a sack. Now keeps up the left numbers to the 15. He's brought down to the 14 of the open field, a gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 7.
Jaden may have saved the quarterback's life because Christian Cook was flying to go get that ball, and he may have saved an Spencer turnover.
Spencer uses their 3rd and final timeout with 48 seconds left to go in regulation. We're going to keep it here because this is going to be the ball game coming up with 4th down and 7. Well, Gabe, we saw the play action. We've seen that a couple of times now. What do you think Lamar's has to be ready for to see on 4th and 7?
I think if they throw that double pass or try to again, that's just not a good decision.
No, right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if you see some sort of a pitch and a pass, something like that. Some type of screen or throwback type thing. They're going to have to do something to disguise it. They're not going to be able to just run up the middle like they have tried. So it's going to be something with some misdirection, maybe a pass to the backside where after a fake one way, it's going to be something, a little bit of trickery, because I think if they just play straight up, it's not going to work.
Well, it is the game right here. 4th down and 7 from the Bulldog 14. The Dogs are up 7. 48 seconds left to play in regulation. Can Lamar start district playoff 1-0? Cale Bruning goes into the shotgun.
Knock it down.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Yeah, an interception's not necessary. Bruning rolls out to his right toward the sideline. He throws. It was batted away. It was batted away at the line of scrimmage. Bartman, Hogue, Cook, all there. Got a hand on the football. The Tigers turn it over on downs, and Lamar's will take over with a chance to knee it out.
And Lamar's defense pitches a shutout tonight.
Yes.
You know, you're going to have 7 points on the board, and Brian Ferentz would love to have those defensive touchdowns. But the reality of it is the offense for the defense, for the Bulldogs shut out the Spencer offense tonight. They had a couple opportunities. They did drive down at the end of both halves, but really they dominated from the jump.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the only score for Spencer is a fumble return for a touchdown, and now the Bulldogs can line up with the most beautiful offensive play in the sport of football. Tigers don't have any timeouts, so they can do nothing about it. Tegan Kazel takes the knee down for a loss of 2 to the 12, and that will probably do it.
No play clock, so
no play clock. We don't know.
We downed it at 40 by the time they said it.
Yeah, but it will be.
They told him to do it one more time.
Yeah,
they've got extra guys on the field. It's just whatever.
Might as well. I mean, at this point, it's just a formality.
Tegan's looking at the clock. It's not working, bud.
It's definitely under 40 seconds now. Kazel kneels it down a second time.
Take it and leave.
And the Bulldogs escape Spencer with a 1-0 district record. The defense comes up big on a damp night in Spencer, Iowa. Your final score here tonight from Dale Norton Field, Lamar's 14, Spencer 7. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have your post-game thoughts, get you a breakdown of the contest, and wrap things up. Again, the final score here from Spencer, it is Lamar's 14, Spencer 7. The Tigers drop to 0-5. They are 0-1 in Class 4A District 1. Lamar's improves to 4-1 and now 1-0 in the district. Our post-game coverage comes your way after this. From Spencer, you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Being on the winning team in Northwest Iowa for over 130 years, Iowa State Bank is a proud supporter of all our area high school sports teams.
Iowa State Bank, we're ready for you.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
LSI Staffing has one mission: to match employers with great employees. If your manufacturing business is looking to partner with an industry leader, LSI Staffing is worth the call. Call them today at 712-202-2850.
You have big plans this fall, so use the equity in your home to free up some cash. Northwest Bank has 3 home equity loan options available. You get to choose from a fixed rate or variable rate loan. Get ready to remodel your home, buy a car, or take a vacation, whatever you want. These special loan rates are for a limited time. Apply online at nw.bank. Call 800-678-4105 for details. Northwest Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Commitment you can bank on.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to cnos.net to learn more.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar's.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Murphy Collins and McGill PLC in Lamar's supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy Collins and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamar's, Iowa. Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's.
This is Tegan Kazel, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to our post-game coverage here tonight from Dale Norton Field in Spencer, where the Bulldogs start district playoff with a 1-0 record. Your final score here tonight from Dale Norton Field, it is Lamar's 14, Spencer 7. The Bulldog defense We kind of had a feeling, Gabe, that it was going to come down to them at some point, and it did. A 4th down stand with less than a minute to go, and give credit to the Bulldog defense. They don't allow any points, and they were able to hold true when it mattered most.
Yeah, they really stepped up and did what needed to be done. Like we said, it's not easy, especially because you have to change what you do against the Spencer team that runs the option like they do. You can't just go 4-man. You can, but you shouldn't go 4-man front.
Sure.
And so adjusting, but they did such a great job. Yeah, they gave up some yards on maybe 2 drives, really. But other than that, they dominated up front. They dominated in the backfield, and they made it really, really tough for the Spencer Tigers to get anything going, kept them out of the end zone all night.
It was fantastic. They had give Coach Vinodolu all the credit in the world. He saw the option offense. He's been seeing it for a few years. He had a game plan tonight to be able to stop it, and really kept Spencer, from doing much of anything. 149 yards of total offense for Spencer, and you can really just say a lot of those yardage came on 3 drives. The drive that that took them into the first half, and then both their offensive drives in the fourth quarter, really the only movement Spencer did all night.
Yeah, and it was limited. We really had good field position because of it a lot of the night too.
Yep.
So all in all, Coach Van Otterloo, I'm good friends with him. Not going to give him all the credit though, because you got to talk about VK.
Yes,
of course. And the other coaches. Maybe Deer Cup contributed a little bit to that, but all in all, it was a collective effort.
Greer turned around.
Mr. Millage is shaking his head like, no, Mr. Deer Cup didn't do that. But all in all, it was a complete effort. And coming off a game last week where we couldn't get off the field, we did it multiple times tonight in big situations, and it's nice to see the excitement.
And especially after last week's disappointing loss. I mean, I hate going back to it, but you got to think, man, that was such a huge motivating factor, especially on the defense. I mean, when you get run over like MOC did to Lamar's last week, 84 total plays. They were over 50% on 3rd and 4th down. I mean, all of those things kind of demoralize you as a defense. And so I think the Bulldogs came out here, made a statement that said, hey, last week is not going to be the norm. We're going to come out and we're going to do this the rest of the season in district play.
Yeah, and water finds its level. If you're a good defense, you're going to play good defense. Occasionally, you fall off. And that was one of those times where we just didn't make the plays that we needed, and it was still a 1-score game. But this week it's also a 1-score game, but we have more points. So you feel better about it. Offense, although didn't put up a bunch of points tonight, was really successful for the most part. I mean, we did what we wanted to. We just had some untimely turnovers and maybe some drives stopped when we really needed to make some plays. But all in all, I thought the offense did a really good job tonight too, running the ball and getting vertical, and then defense was just awesome.
Yeah, really good to see the running game again, kind of the highlight for the Bulldog offense. And they do end up losing the turnover battle as it sits 3-2. But again, that was the big thing in the second half. At halftime game, remember we said it was the turnover margin was 3-0, and then Spencer fumbles the ball twice in the third quarter. I think that really set the tone for the Bulldog defense in the second half.
Yeah, and it was opportunities, and when you get them, you have to take advantage of them. The 3 turnovers that they got, they scored on 1 of them.
Right.
And we scored on 1. So now that's even. Now we're just better on offense than they are one time on defense, and that's what it comes down to. So it's a fickle game like that, but all in all, it's a great way to rebound after what was tough last week, to springboard into what's going to be an awesome week of homecoming this week. And the fans that could make it down here at 6 o'clock, we're getting into it. I think maybe we had 10 to 15 whiteout students over there, doing the whiteout. So it didn't work for everyone. The change of schedule is different, but you get out of Spencer, you get on a bus, and you go home with a win. You're sitting at 4-1, 1-0 in the district.
And like you said, heading to homecoming next week, where I think a lot of coaches probably say it's not our favorite week because there's distractions and things like that, but it is going to be a really awesome homecoming week. Wes is going to come to town to continue district play, and I am so looking forward to. They're going to have the 50th reunion of the 1973 state championship team. They're going to have all those guys back. They're going to honor them at halftime. If you come for no other reason for the football game on Friday night, come out to see those guys who gave Lamar's their first state title.
Absolutely. And it's great to see them, because as someone who grew up in Lamar's, I wasn't around during that time. I'm not quite that old, but we've celebrated those men multiple times because of that championship, and you can't take it away. And that's what this team is playing for. And the one loss last week that's okay. They can still continue to do whatever they need to do. So come out, celebrate all week long with the Bulldogs. Come out Friday.
Yes.
I know some people love to watch the live stream, and I don't blame you. Listening to me talk's just so much fun. But I really, really, really encourage you to come out and fill the stands. I will say, I'll give the Spencer crowd quite a bit of credit here. It was full over here.
It was.
And I think that played into Spencer stepping up their game a little bit. It was homecoming, exciting. All those things are now in our court for next week. So let's after we have a great Menus Master event tomorrow night, we get to go into homecoming week and really kick it off and end it hopefully with a big W on Friday.
I hope so, yeah. And hopefully at that point they're 2-0 in the district and well on their way to securing their playoff spot this year instead of having some math formula figure it out for them, which we appreciate the math formula for allowing them to make the playoffs last year. But let's throw that out the window. Let's go 5-0 in the district and guarantee it ourselves and host a playoff game at that point, too.
Absolutely, because then you're sitting at a very, very pleasant 8-1, and then you're going to host a game, and we would love to have another home game at Jim Lorenzen Field.
Oh, nothing would make us more excited than to have that. Well, the Bulldogs come away with a 14-7 win over Spencer. It was damp, it was rainy, it was kind of chilly tonight, but a really good win for the Bulldogs nonetheless through all those conditions. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning. We're going to have the KLEM Coaches Corner on. We're going to have Ken Vigdahl on, Jeremy Schindler, head coach of Galen Catholic football. We're also going to try and track down Kyle Oswald, the head coach of the 4-1 MMCRU football team. They're now 4-0 in the district. It's the first time they've ever won 4 games as a whole grade sharing agreement football program. So we're going to be talking with Coach Oswald coming up at the Coaches Corner tomorrow. That starts at 8:05. Be sure to join us next week. We'll have more KLEM sports action for you. Volleyball on Tuesday night, Galen Catholics at Remsen St. Mary's. And then our football Friday night game, Galen Catholic at Sibley Ocheyedan to continue district play. That'll also be on our video stream. It'll be right here on KLEM Radio. Again, that does it for tonight's coverage. Want to thank you all so much for tuning in. A great win for the Bulldogs over Spencer, 14-7. For all of us at KLEM Radio, Gabe Davis, my color commentator, Luke Larson, our video streamer on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. I'm Daniel Versteeg. Thanks for tuning into this edition of Bulldog Football, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning with the Coaches Corner right here on KLEM Lamar's. Good evening, everyone.
This is 1410 KLEM Lamar's and on 96.9 FM.
Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home